Hey, family. Right before we were supposed to go live, I got a bunch of people tagging me about Amber Rose and Nick Cannon. Um, I have not seen any of this because I was being tagged as I was uploading. So, is it safe for me to put? I don't know if this is going to get a copyright strike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the video. And if the video does not get a copyright strike, we will talk about this on Monday's live because you guys know I don't like to talk about things without researching them. I feel like I could have a very quick. Oh, this chair is so close to the wall. I can hear it. Let me move the chair. Ooh. Shout out to this chair. This is my favorite chair in my house. You guys can't see it. It's like this beautiful burnt yellow chenille chair. I got it from Jessica Nabongo. If you don't know who Jessica Nabongo is, Jessica Nabongo is the first Black woman in history to travel to every country in the world. She's amazing. She is gorgeous. She's one of those grand dames who's just always traveling and has Delta like diamond status. So Jessica was moving out of LA back to Detroit and I think to Ghana as well because she's like she's a global citizen. And there was a chair in her house that I've always wanted. The minute she got the chair, I think she got it like on an influencer thing. The minute she got this chair, I wanted the chair. And then I looked up the chair and realized I couldn't afford the fucking chair. So when Jessica was moving and having an estate sale, she was like, hey, I have a couple of items. Do y'all want to buy anything from my house before I move? I said, bitch, I want the chair. So whenever I'm doing this live, I'm always in this chair. I love this chair so much. I need to get some more. I can actually afford it now, but I need to get some more of these chairs. Anyways, welcome to the show, sponsored by ADHD. My name is Blue Tulusma. I'm a writer, producer, an emotional intelligence coach, and a social commentarian who focuses on ego death and self-mastery using pop culture and politics. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. We have some great news. First of all, this live is a supplement of Thursday's live. On Thursday, I did a live, and this was supposed to be our deep dive topic at the end of the live. But Thursday's live went so long, child, I didn't have it in me. Mother was tired. Yeah. So this live, I feel like it can stand alone. It's only going to be about an hour or so. I always say that. But I'm going to try my best to only make it an hour because Bridget's in town. We've been working all day. She has an event coming up. Oh, thank you, Steph. Steph said I look beautiful. I look very St. Patrick's Day. Had I not had the kerfuffle that I had at the TSA in Atlanta, this is probably how I would have looked on St. Patty's Day. So I feel like I'm doing St. Patty's Day a little bit late. I will tell you this though, because you know I like to be mischievous. After y'all see me here, I have a whole other outfit, a whole wig look. You're not even gonna if you see me out tonight, you're probably not gonna recognize me. If you see me out tonight, you're probably not going to recognize me. I like to switch shit up. Usually when I switch shit up, it's because I'm in a relationship and I'm doing fun shit with my boyfriend. But now that I'm single, the rest of y'all have to deal with me switching shit up. So I'm going to be looking drastically different in the next like 3 hours. But for right now, it's giving Hillman grad. It's giving collegiate, right? Even though technically I'm old enough to have a child in college. Ooh, that's awkward. Anyway, let's talk to show y'all because I hate it when I start oversharing. First off, this Amber Rose clip. Yeah, we'll definitely be talking about this on Monday. Also, Bridget's going to join me for our second hour number 2, because on Monday, I'm going to be going live from, I think, 2 p.m. Pacific to about 4:30 Pacific. So during hour number 2, Bridget's going to be joining us because we together watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills together today. And Boz. Bose. I'll figure out which one is correct. Bose, this ain't it. I actually posted something on Threads that I took down because Bose and I have a lot of friends in common. Some of her best friends are actually some of my friends. And so I've been intentional about not saying too much when it comes to her on reality TV because I recognize you take everything with a grain of salt. But watching the show, these last 3 or 4 episodes of Beverly Hills with Bridget Kelly, who has been on a reality TV show for more than one season and sees it through the eyes of someone who's on the show. Even Bridget was like, ew, what the fuck? We were both triggered. Bose, leave the show, Bose. Leave the show. When everybody in the room usually roots for you and walks away from watching 2 episodes of you disgusted, you need to leave the show. As do I. It's about to be awkward. So the post that I posted today, and I was like, Blue, don't leave this up for 3 days if you're going to talk about the lady. It's bad enough you're about to talk about the lady. What did I post? Did I take a screenshot of it before I archived it? Did I delete it or archive it? I was trying to, let me see. Ooh, that's cute. I got some interesting shit in my phone. I said, Bose needs to leave Real Housewives of Atlanta immediately. Watching the latest episodes with people who usually root for her, but what we're really seeing right now is toxic, condescending, and off-putting in a way that none of us in here can defend. My God, this is bad. She needs to leave. I deleted it. Bose, and here's the thing. The only thing worse than how Bose is coming off on the episodes is her response videos that she's making in real time currently. She's making videos where she's pretending to apologize while cracking jokes and still being holier than thou. That's not how an apology works. None of her apologies are apologetic. It's almost like, okay, I lied and dragged Amanda for no fucking reason and had her feeling completely left out and bullied on a trip all the way across the world. But, I mean, she's annoying, though. She likes to whine a lot. And all friendships require a little bit of... No, they don't. What are you talking about? No, they don't. What are you saying? Bose, stop talking. Bose, please, I'm Bose. On behalf of all of our mutuals, who I know if you don't see it, they're going to see it and send it to you. So I'm not even going to pretend that I'm talking about this lady. She's never going to see it. The problem with what I do is when I talk about people, there's a 90% chance the person I'm talking about is going to fucking see it. That's why I have to say everything on my fucking chest. I don't have the luxury of some people on the internet of saying things thinking it's never going to be seen. Okay? Don't have that luxury. And still, girl, this ain't it. You are insufferable on this show. You are insufferable and indefensible, and you are being superior in a way that is condescending, and you're weaponizing big sister talk in a way that only toxic corporate bitches talk to people. When I worked in corporate for about 5 seconds before I realized I'm going to go to jail, I'm going to beat you all up. I got too many hands and feet and teeth to be in corporate. But for the 5 seconds that I was in corporate, the only person that was ever problematic towards me were Black women like Bose. Because the white folks were scared of me because they knew I was woke and smart and they read my resume and they knew what kind of schools I went to. So they knew to stay in their lane. But it was only Black elders who were problematic to me in the very specific kind of way that Bose is doing. And it is disgusting. So, Bose, if you see this in time, you have 48 hours to figure out how you're going to respond to what I'm about to say. And honestly, who am I? I'm nobody, right? Because I believe that nobody is nobody, so that's tongue in cheek. Bose, if you don't see this until after the fact, and I end up having to tell the truth on Monday, and who the fuck am I? You don't care? Then keep not caring. Because here's the thing about me, guys. When I give critique, I don't give critique just to shame. I don't give critique to shame at all. I give critique to hold people accountable, to arm them on a healthier framework, and to give them suggestions about how to do better. So I'm not going to just be talking about how Bo sucks on the show. I'm going to be talking about the pitfalls that she fell into and how she can pull herself out if she chooses to. Bose, I'm actually going to give you advice for free because I charge $300 an hour. But I'm actually going to give you advice on Monday about how to get yourself out of this because this is disgusting. Bridget and I literally, we watched 1.5 episodes of you and we both got so angry. We both got triggered and had to walk around the house. I had to put on jazz music for an hour to rinse the taste of Boz out of my, like it was, yuck. Yuck. Corporate mean girl? Y'all ran off Garcelle? So you could be the lone black corporate mean girl? No. It be, you know what? All right. So let me woosah. Yes, yuck. I'm disgusted. In fact, I almost talked about it today, but God said, Blue, give it 48 hours. Because if I talk about today, it's going to be, y'all see what it's like when I talk about shit when it's fresh? Because it's another black woman, I'm going to give her grace. I'm going to give her grace. And for those who say, oh, why are you giving black women grace? Because nobody else does. If not us, who? If black women can't give black women grace, then who else is going to give the fuck to us, right? So I'm going to give her grace and hope that by the time I finish the one episode that's left, no, it's probably not going to get any better because the episodes keep getting worse. Bose, in a room full of white women, you're the one who's wrong. And they're the ones who are making sense. And they're the ones who are showing integrity. And they're the ones who are being emotionally regulated. Do you know how much it hurts me that you about to have me start off my week caping for a bunch of rich white women? Get. The way my integrity is set up, I can't do tribalism. Wrong is wrong, right is right, and nuance is my best friend. So despite the fact that I back in 2019 agreed that we should all be rooting for everybody black, these days I'm rooting for everybody who's pro-black and safe. If you are pro-black and you are safe, I'm rooting for you. If you are not pro-black and you happen to be black, I'm not rooting for you. If you are pro-black and black but unsafe, we have to talk. Yeah, it's a list. I'm making a list. So anyways, that's what we're going to be talking about on Monday. Today's live is about how y'all didn't show grace to Teyanna Taylor, another black woman who takes up space in a way that I love. And you did show grace, though, to Chappell Roan, and y'all chose incorrectly. Chappell Roan is the angry black woman at the award shows that y'all tried to pretend that Teyanna Taylor was during the Oscars. And it's because of Teyanna Taylor that I'm going to show you what an actual angry black woman looks like. Plot twist, she not black, though. I've always said that the angriest black woman you know is a white woman. I've always said that. The angriest black woman you know is a white woman, right? The most gossiping ass bitch you know is a man. Yeah? Ironies of life. So, because y'all didn't know how to properly critique reasonable boundaries being set by Teyanna, I'm going to show you what unreasonable boundaries look like in comparison. Yeah? Justice for Teyanna. Yes? Okay. Before we start that, though, let me sorry. That whole fucking Bose thing, me and Bridget both had to exercise. It was an exorcism in the house trying to get that energy out. So I apologize for starting with that. I will say this, though. Something beautiful happened in the middle of Bose making my blood pressure spike and making me side with Kyle Richards. You making me side. You got me siding with all these problematic white ladies because you worse. Oh, my God. Anyways. In the middle of us watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and being disgusted by the dog pile, I looked at my phone and realized we had sold out of the On Thy Shift So Mastery class for September. It is March. For anybody who's watching this later, it is now March 28th. We sold out about 4 hours ago on the September classes, which are the last classes of the entire year. And I said, well, that don't feel good. That don't feel good that the class was only up for about 5 minutes. So I had a conversation with myself and my spirit guides and Bridget and my calendar. And I realized in the fall, I can do one more class in the fall, but it has to be Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. London time. Because that way, number one, my Thursday evening commitments are not going to be impeded on. And number two, East Coast people, early bird people, and international people are getting an earlier class. Y'all have been asking for this. We tried it out in the winter, and in the winter we did a Wednesday class and a Sunday class. Respectfully, I'm not giving up my Sundays. I ain't had brunch in 3 months, y'all. So we're never doing a Sunday class again. I need brunch, okay? So we're not doing Sunday classes. So I was like, if I can't do a second Sunday class like I did for the East Coast early bird and international folks, I can give up my Thursday afternoons. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving up my Thursday afternoons because my spirit said, Blue, you're about to lose a lot of people who need this. So for those who missed the announcement in the community tab, number one, why are you not following us? Let's do this right now. If you're not already a follower, be a follower. If you want to be a member and see me talk about all the stuff, then be a member. Because I'm back in the dating pool. And I feel like I want to share some stories, not real time stories. When it comes to dating, I only share stories about things that are excellent and happy that need to be celebrated, or things that are hilarious and messy and past tense. So I will not be talking about my love life in present tense, right? I'm not going to be talking about my love life in present tense. I always talk about my love life in past tense. However, now that I am back in the dating streets, there is conversation that needs to be had, and emotional intelligence that can be lessons that can be learned from whatever the fuck I'm looking at in this dating pool. But that's going to be members only, because too many of my exes, I love y'all too. I really do love y'all too. Too many of my exes follow the channel. Some of them are too broke to pay the $10 to be a member. So I feel like the members up, right? A lot of them are either too broke or too emotionally lazy to pay the $10. So it feels like the members room is the best place for us. And by the way, if one of my exes finds $10 a month from one of their hoes to listen to me talk about them, that's fine. At that point, you've earned it. You've paid. I gotta give you what you paid for. So guys, look at the the ticker at the bottom. If you want to come to our, wait a minute, do we have birthday tickets? If you want to come to my virtual birthday party, we had so much fun at the St. Patty's Day. We're doing another one. The virtual birthday party is going to be on Cinco de Mayo, a week after my actual birthday. And the birthday link also has candles, a flash sale of candles. Let's do a quick check right now, because I do not want to promote something if it is sold out. Let's see, because a lot of y'all cuss me out when I do that. You're like, Blue, why did you promote it when it sold out an hour ago? So I'm gonna be responsible. You see how I can take feedback? I don't just give feedback, I take it. I think a lot of people who do social commentary do not know how to take feedback. I'm not going to mention any names. I want you guys to see that I don't just wag a finger. I can point it at myself. All right, let's see. For the birthday party, it's bday26.eventbrite.com. We do have tickets left. Okay, so we have about 25 tickets left for the birthday party. For the Clean Slate candle bundle, sold out. For the Protect Your Neck candle bundle with the mystery candle, and the mystery candle is going to be one of our best selling candles that I don't have enough of it in inventory to do a whole bundle with, but I know you guys love them. So the best sellers are Road Opener, Good Juju, and Pure Sweetness. So for the 4-pack of Protect Your Neck, one of them will be a mystery candle thrown in there. We only have 2 of those bundles left. Okay, for the Protect Your Neck with the mystery candle, we only have 2 bundles left. And for Protect Your Neck trio, with just the 3 candles of Return to Sender, Protection, and a Big Wick Energy. Big Wick Energy, yeah. We have a good amount of those left. We have about a dozen or so of those left. So guys, we still have tickets left for the birthday party. We've run out of the Clean Slate bundles. We're almost running out of the Protect Your Neck bundles, and then we have a couple more left of the trio. And as far as the class, yeah, we're sold out of class. Why did I go back and look to make sure? I just told you it was sold out, and I still wanted to go back and look to make sure I wasn't wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. The Wednesday class is sold out, and the Thursday class has just opened up. Okay, so if you want to join us Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock London time, then the Thursday tickets have just opened up today. If you wanted to join us at our regular time, Wednesday nights at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, you should out of luck. I don't know what to tell you. Here's the thing that's so tricky. Because everything I do is based on my spirit guides being pleased with me, there are certain cash grabs that most influencers will do that I can't do. If there are things that you guys have asked of me that if I was just trying to do a cash grab, I would totally do it. But when I run it past my spirit guides, if they say no, it's a no. This is why I'm never going to be a billionaire, but it's okay. And I would tell you this right now, first rule, integrity costs you money. I tell people all the time, I paid the integrity tax. There are things that I could do without integrity that would have made me filthy rich a long time ago. So just know that if you're someone who talks about wanting to have integrity, there's a tax for that, and you have to be willing to eat it and see it's a luxury and a pleasure to be able to eat it. All right, for those who are asking about Nick Cannon and Amber Rose, I'm going to do research on Nick Cannon and Amber Rose and see if it feels like there's something responsible I can say, because I feel like they're both being clout chasers in the most obvious way. So if I can't find a lesson to attach to it, we're going to skip them. Now, let's talk about Chappell Roan. Now, before we talk about Chappell Roan, I forgot to give the other link. If you guys want to take the class, it's fall26.eventbrite.com. Just realized I haven't said that. Fall26.eventbrite.com. But today we're going to be talking about Chappell Roan, and I want you guys to understand, we always say this. Number one, 60% of you who watch this show know all the stuff I'm about to talk about. You are someone who is tapped into the social zeitgeist. You have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have Threads, you listen to all the social commentarians. And so you're coming here because you like me and you want to kiki with the Blue Crew and your family and have you a time. Yes? The other 40% of you sincerely have no idea what the hell is going on and are watching with bated breath to learn as you're watching this broadcast. Oh, thank you, my love. I appreciate that. Oh, and it's a little heart. I love that. I know I'm such a little girl. Whenever I see a heart, I have to make a heart with my hand. It's like a tick with me. But for the 40% who are watching this and learning in real time, once again, I'm going to ask that the 60% of you in here who know what's happening, please don't rush in the comments to give all the spoilers about Chappell Roan. Because 40% of the room is going to be annoyed with you. Okay? I've said this a million times. No spoilers, please. Thank you. I love when the 40% speaks up, because when y'all don't speak up, it looks like I'm being a bully to my audience. Right? For the 40% who don't know shit about Chappell Roan, don't know shit about this drama, don't know why she's an angry Black woman and why people are canceling her. In fact, me wearing this green eyeshadow is kind of a nod to Chappell Roan, because Chappell Roan tends to have like this colorful. I was like, oh, let me do something Chappell Roan-ish, okay? So look at this, the 40%. I love when the 40% is like, look, okay, I don't know what the hell we're about to talk about. I'm just here for the vibe. Shout out to y'all. We should make an I'm the 40% pin. I don't know anything. I'm just here for vibes and fellowship. All right, damn. Okay, there's a lot of okay. Damn, maybe the 40% is more like 50%. The fuck? It's a lot of y'all in here. All right, guys. So let's talk about Chappell Roan and why I think she's a perfect example of the type of insufferable white woman who stops me from calling myself a feminist. For those who are new here, I do not call myself a feminist. I call myself a womanist, right? Womanism is a term that was coined by Alice Walker, which is supposed to be a panned out, more expansive term for intersectional feminism. Intersectional feminism means that I am a woman and I am a person of color. And so both of those systems of oppression are intersecting against me. The only women who do not need intersectional feminism are white women, because being a woman is the only thing that they got to bother them. Their only gripe in life is that you have a vagina. Yes, must be nice that you have one problem. For the rest of us, the other women who are not white women, the rest of us need intersectional feminism, because our Blackness, our Indianness, our Asianness, our indigenousness is coexisting with our womanhood at the same time at all times, and we don't ever get to cut them up in pieces. And so a lot of feminists who are white feminists, the word feminist tends to imply white feminism. It tends to beg Black and brown women and indigenous women to choose between their culture and their womanhood. And I'm never going to sign up for that. And I'm a whole bitch, okay? I'm a whole woman. Any place where the wholeness of me cannot show up, count me the fuck out. Right? So for me, when I say I'm not a feminist, it's not because I'm a trad wife who wants to, just run behind men and be a pick-me. It's because I'm a whole woman who happens to be more than just woman. I'm also Black. I'm also Afro-Latina. I'm also an immigrant. I'm also neurodivergent. You see how there's all these pieces of me? If all of me can't come, I'm not coming. Yeah? And so feminism, the way it is used as shorthand, is white feminism. And Chappell Roan is the perfect example of why I do not trust and or feel safe in white feminist spaces where intersectionality is not intentional and explicit. It has to be explicit. If the intersectionality is not explicit, the racism is implicit. Okay, I don't want no part. It's complicit as hell. So, guys, we're gonna talk about Chappell Roan, who she is. Number one, I first heard about Chappell Roan about 3 years ago, right when she was hitting that little mark of becoming a superstar, because she had a song called Kaleidoscope that I cannot listen to this song without crying, because I have this thing, and I don't know if it's part of my autism. Whenever I hear a moving song, a really moving song, my brain immediately makes a music video for it. And the joke has always been, there have been times in life since I was a kid where my music video was better than the ones that actually came out. And I'd be like, well, that's disappointing. There was a brief moment in my life where I thought about being a music video director. And then I realized they don't really get paid what I need to get paid, and it's mostly men, and it's a little misogynistic, and I'm not doing all that. I'll go back to being a writer. So when I heard Kaleidoscope, I immediately saw the story of my parents. I immediately saw their story. That song makes me think of my mother, my father, and the way that my father broke my mother's heart. So when I heard Chappell Roan for the first time, it's because she made me sob. She made me cry. I said, this has moved me in a way that I have not been moved since listening to Anna Gabrielle or listening to like, old like soul music, or listening to even Shania Twain has some hits, right? Or even listening to Evanescence, or even No Doubt back in my, emo teenager days. When a song moves me and there's a story and a narrative behind it, I can't be a hater. So I'm starting off by saying Chappell Roan is talented, period. No one in here is allowed to lie and pretend she's not talented just because she's an insufferable cow. Okay, that sentence didn't end the way that I thought. Tism, shit. Well, here we are. Yes, yes. I listened to You're My Everything by Anna Gabrielle and I sob. I can't listen to this. She has a song called You're My Everything. I cannot listen to that song without sobbing. Okay? Because that song also reminds me of my parents. Basically, my parents had a rough relationship. And so when I was a kid, I used to listen to Julio Iglesias and all these old Spanish songs and all these old like French songs while my mother would be in the bathroom crying over my daddy. And she didn't know I could hear her. I remember as a Scorpio, and Scorpios are real emotional, and I have no water in my chart. So any deep emotion I have was from watching my mother cry. Shout out to the water signs. Y'all some feeling ass bitches. Cause being raised by a Scorpio is why I can empathize with emotions that I don't currently have. What I do? Did my mother catch a stray? Y'all know nobody's safe, but you're all safe. But nobody's safe, but you're all safe. Yeah? No, she's an insufferable cow. I mean that shit respectfully. And by the end of this, you probably can agree with me. Yeah? So Chappell Roan is talented, period. If you came here to tell us that, save yourself 60 minutes. I should save you some. She's very talented. So one of the things I want in this room is we can critique something reasonably without lying about everything. I call it the eye whites theory. When you can't stand somebody, suddenly you also hate their eye whites. I can't stand her eye whites. I can't stand her nostrils. Her lashes too long. Her gum to tooth ratio is off. We say all types of wild shit when we can't stand somebody. I'm not gonna pretend just because the girl is an asshole that she's not talented. And I want my audience to be like that too. I want us to be able to say where you suck while also giving you credit where you don't suck. Because a lot of the fandoms, a lot of the platforms, a lot of the girls have no nuance. And I don't want to have to turn on my own crowd. So let's all have nuance together, okay? All right, so let's see a little. Okay, actually, let me take Insufferable Cow off the screen. If you're new here, the Insufferable Cow in question is Chappell Roan. I told myself I was going to be nice to this white lady, and I'm already calling her Cow Blue. You're never beating the allegations. All right. No, seriously. I had a friend one time who said she hated somebody's eye whites, and I said, okay, so that's not normal. And that's stuck in my head. When you cannot stand somebody, you hate their eye whites. It's the most nonsensical shit that you hate. All right, so let's talk about who the fuck is Chappell Roan aside from being a talented singer. Let's get into it.
Was unfortunately disrespected on the red carpet.
So here's the thing, guys, because I have a long memory. This story starts with Babyface because do y'all remember several years ago, and by several I mean like 2 or 3, probably 3, 2 or 3 years ago, because I feel like every year is 20 years since the pandemic. Babyface was on the red carpet talking to 2 little white girls, and they were interviewing the Babyface. Let me tell you, I don't get starstruck. Whenever Babyface is in the room with me, because him and Jason are friends, that happens more than you would think. I've been in the room with Babyface a lot of times. There's a picture of me, a video of me trying to take a picture at the Hollywood Unlocked Awards, and I couldn't because Babyface and Fat Joe kept photobombing me in the back, and their shiny outfits were like causing a glimmer on my picture. So I've been in the room with Babyface a lot. Babyface won the Hollywood Unlocked Awards. He walked up to the stage to get his award singing Whip Appeal. I almost started sobbing. And I do not get starstruck because my tism doesn't let me most of the time. I'm like, oh, there goes so-and-so. I almost started crying when Babyface, and he was pitch perfect. Okay? Baby the fucking face. So when that clip went viral about 2 years ago of those 2 young women, Gen Z, interviewing Babyface, and in the middle of Babyface answering a question, they spot Chappell Roan. Ignore Babyface while he's talking and say, hey, yo, Chappell. Hey, yo, Chappell. Y'all remember that? Yes, this is her. I knew y'all. I knew this is why y'all my people. I was like, no, let's start the story in the beginning. Because I've been watching this bitch for a minute. Let's watch the story in the beginning. For me to come on Beyonce and Miss Tina's gumbo internet and call somebody an insufferable cow, it has to be something that I am 10 toes down. It's not just a bad moment. Okay? It's about 3 years of me watching her like, you made me cry that one time, but what the fuck is this? Okay? So to give Chappell some credit, it wasn't her fault that her fans are insufferable. But you see how when I have people who support me, when I have the Blue Crew family up here, I know it's my job to set the tone. I say, hey, no spoilers. Don't ruin it for the audience. Hey, let's have nuance. Let's give people credit. I know that if I'm in charge of something, I'm setting the tone. I think that Babyface moment was already showing us what kind of tone Chappell was setting. So even though when it happened, I blamed her fans and not her, I'm now recognizing her fans represent her pretty well. Them two little bitches, no, sorry. That one young lady and her mortified co-host, because the co-host was like, bitch, did you just interrupt Babyface? So I want to give the co-host some bail. That one asshole and her co-host who was mortified, who was yelling, Chappell. The way that she was acting is very in line with how Chappell acts. Oh, y'all talking about the Beyonce gumbo internet lug. Miss Tina, let me shut up. All right. So this is the Babyface clip for those who don't remember. 3 years ago, Chappell Roan first pinged in the minds of most Black people who didn't know who the fuck she was and who hadn't heard Kaleidoscope or any of her other songs. Mind you, I love her music. This is so awkward. I have like 2 of her songs. There's a song called Well Goodbye. Well, Hello Goodbye. When me and Icky fell out, I played that song over and over for like 3 months. It's basically, fuck you, you played with my time. Have a nice life, you loser, I'm winning. It was a good song. It made sense, right? So between Kaleidoscope and Goodbye, whatever that song is, she has 2 bangers that I have been killing for the last 3 years. So this is awkward. But let's watch how the Black community first learned about Chappell Roan because of Babyface.
At the Grammys last night by a reporter from the Associated Press, and now Khloe Kardashian is stepping in to defend him. Babyface was getting interviewed by 2 women from the Associated Press. The one standing closer to him was asking him questions, and as he was responding, the other woman yells over him to try to get Chappell Roan to do an interview. Here's how he handled it.
And Rock as well.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chappell.
Did y'all see that? Babyface is talking. This girl is not...
Chappell.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
He said, you want to go do that? Then go do that then. Shout out to Babyface for being a class act. He said, y'all want to go do that? Then go do that then. Bitch, you know I'm Babyface. This is the Grammys. I built the Grammys. What are you doing? Imagine you are interviewing Babyface at the Grammys and you interrupt him to yell, Chappell.
Hello. How's it going, Chappell?
As you can see,
here's the thing. It always bothered me that Chappell didn't interject. I'm sorry. I know. I'm older. So maybe that's why I take my social responsibility a little bit heavier. I'm also an EQ coach. So that's also why. If I, for some reason, had gone viral on TikTok, because as I'm prone to do, so on TikTok, for some reason, I'm famous on TikTok about 5 minutes every month. I've noticed that. It's very bizarre, right? So if I was having one of my 5 minutes of fame on TikTok and one of the Blue Crew was talking to Babyface and yelled blue, I'd be fucking mortified. I'd be like, excuse me, this is Baby the Face. Are you serious? What were you saying, Babyface? Wasn't no way I'd be like, thank you, old Black man, and start talking to y'all. Wasn't no way I would do that. So for me, that already bothered me. For me, seeing Babyface be bumped for me would bother me. Chappell is a 24, 25-year-old white woman, so she has different metrics. I understand. I'm just saying for me. So already when this happened, I was like, I don't like this.
from the clip, Babyface handled this disrespectful situation with so much class. And he had no negative reaction when asked about the situation by TMZ. Like I said, he handled this situation with a lot of class and grace, but his comment section are filled with fans who are furious at this interaction. And they've even found the reporter's social media accounts and are flooding her comment section.
They dragged that girl. Babyface fans of all generations dragged that girl by her microphone. Poor baby.
As well. Here is her comment section on her most recent TikTok. People are calling on this reporter to be fired from the Associated Press. The outlet has even released an apology statement. They say, we are deeply sorry for cutting our interview with Babyface short.
She got fired, and honestly, I think it made sense. If you don't know how to have basic decorum with music legends at the Grammys, you do not need to actually be working at the Grammys. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. If you do not know something as basic as don't scream somebody else's name to disregard Babyface at the Grammys, you actually do not need to be working there. I'm not a fan of people losing money, but I am a fan of people not being in the wrong places, right? So when they fired her, I felt no kind of way. People are like, this young girl lost her job. Are you guys happy with yourselves? Yes. Yes, I actually, in that moment, it makes sense.
Our YouTube live stream of the Grammys red carpet. We have apologized to Babyface through his representative and to our viewers on the live stream. Khloe Kardashian also shared a lengthy post defending Babyface.
If there's one thing Khloe Kardashian's going to do is defend a black man who's down. I'm waiting for Khloe Kardashian to defend Tyrese from the Verses. Turtleneck. You can't breathe in that turtleneck. Watch Khloe Kardashian come out and say, on behalf of all people with turtlenecks, I love this black man. I want to defend him. Khloe Kardashian is a cancer woman who acts like a downtrodden black pick-me. Every black woman that you've ever known who would give up her children to defend a black man and give him the big piece of chicken. When Khloe was cosplaying as a black woman, she didn't pick a bad bitch. She picked Monique from Precious. She got cancer problems. Shout out to the cancers who have gone to therapy. Yeah? If you're going to pretend to be a black woman, can you at least be one that likes herself? Khloe Kardashian, in her mind, is a fat black woman who has to jump on every dick she sees. It's the saddest thing. And when me and Carlos King first used to do our Kardashian breakdowns 3 years ago, because for those of you who don't know, this is not my first time working with Carlos King. We used to do Kardashian breakdowns back in 2023, where I would talk about the psychological damage that was very evident when watching these girls on the show. And I was like, yeah, she's cosplaying as a fat black woman who can't get no dick. So Khloe, again, defending Babyface. I remember when I groaned. I was like, oh God, girl, he's not down. He's not strung out on drugs, Khloe. He don't need you. But let's see what Khloe Kardashian has to say, because you can't keep a black man down around her. Let's see.
She posted it on her Instagram story as well as Twitter. Khloe posted the video saying, "This is so disrespectful how Babyface was treated in this interview. Babyface has had such a significant impact on the music industry in so many ways. It's maddening to see a legend not get the respect and attention they deserve. He is a pioneer and deserves so much better than this. With decades of groundbreaking work as a songwriter, producer, and performer, he shaped the sound of multiple generations. I love you, Babyface, and I'm a forever fan and thankful for all that you have blessed us with. By the way, what a class act you are. P.S. Big or small, old or new, you don't treat people like this, at least not in my eyes. There's a way to handle this, and this was wrong in my opinion." I agree with Khloe Kardashian.
She glazed the fuck out of that donut, huh? She glazed the fuck out of that donut. Look, the lady was right. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. So even though I think Khloe had on knee pads when she wrote that, I'm going to let her cook. I mean, she was right. I'm going to let her cook.
And yes, he is Babyface, a legend, and you should never disrespect him like that. But it really doesn't matter who you're talking to.
No, I understand, baby. They're close with all of them. What you're saying is not in conflict with what I'm saying. They're close with all the black men. Maybe that's why y'all don't get. Maybe I live in LA. Maybe that's why. Yes, every black man they defend, they're close to. That's kind of my point. You're missing my point. Turtleneck. You're missing. Okay, let's just hit play.
Whether it's the janitor or the CEO, it's basic human respect. Khloe shared another post saying, "Nobody puts baby in a corner." As a reporter who has also interviewed
Nobody puts baby in a corner. She's glazing him. Okay, guys, y'all know I defend all my friends. I am a troll on behalf of my friends. Y'all know y'all can't come on here and talk shit about my friends around me, even if they're famous. I'm gonna cuss you out in front of the rest of the chat. So this is not about her not being able to defend her friend. Can we also admit that she's glazing the fuck out of him right now? Nobody puts baby in a corner. Yes, turtleneck is my new stim, thanks to Tank. I still want to find out how Tank got up. For those who saw the TSA story, how is it me and Tank both got up on the flight that was canceled and I didn't see him on the flight back? How did he get home? I'm gonna ask. We have mutual friends. I'm gonna ask one of my mutual friends to ask Tank how the fuck he got home from Atlanta. Because if y'all listen to that story, me and him are in the same. Okay, turtleneck. Sorry, let's watch some more. Okay, this live has to be over at 6:15 because I have to go meet Bridget and Estelle and our friends at the function. Please don't make me late, y'all. If somebody said a private jet, I mean, maybe it was a private jet. Turtleneck.
Celebrities on the red carpet, I understand that it's a high-paced, high-stress situation, but under no circumstances is it okay to cut someone off mid-interview to try to get the attention of someone who you think is a bigger star.
You were so disrespectful to me at the Grammys.
So, Chappell Roan, first Grammys when she's a little bit famous, she makes headlines for frog leaping over Babyface because her fans thought she was more important than Babyface. That's the first Grammys, okay? So the first time I heard about Chappell Roan at the Grammys was because she was seen as more important than Babyface by Gen Z. I could eat that because Gen Z be Gen Z, okay? The babies think that everything in the 1900s didn't exist. Second time Chappell Roan makes headlines is the last Grammys, right? Last year, because she starts cussing out photographers who are yelling at her. Now, baby, you are not Princess Diana, okay? If you've ever been on the red carpet, I have. I've been on the red carpet on both ends. I've been the one being pictured on the red carpet, even though I hate it. And I've been the person working the red carpet, hate that even more. If you meet somebody who's like, oh, my dream is to work the red carpet, tell them they need bigger dreams, because working the red carpet sucks dick, okay? It doesn't even suck ass, it sucks dick. Musty balls. It sucks to do the red carpet. It is a horrible thing. You are sitting there in a line of cattle, waiting your turn in the hot sun for a single celebrity to have their eyes hopefully glaze over to you for 3 seconds so you can ask them a question. And the question you're asking them is the same question that everybody else done fucking asked them. And if you're Black media, you're at the very end of the line next to the bathroom. And if the publicist doesn't have enough time, they're going to have them go to the first 5 or 6 people, see your Black ass, and run past you. It is the pits. If you are someone who wants to be in digital media, who wants to be in traditional media, who wants to be a superstar, red carpet suck balls, I do not recommend, okay? And this is something that most people in the industry don't tell you. They let you go through it yourself. It's like a hazing ritual in the digital media space. Fuck that. I did 1 red carpet and left early. No, I did 2. The second one I knew I was going to leave early because the first one sucked. The second one I just came in because I wanted to see some people. But like, red carpet suck ass, y'all. Please dream bigger. If you are somebody going to school for media right now and you're offered a red carpet, just know you're paying your dues. It sucks though. So when you're on the red carpet, paparazzi, camera people, reporters, they have to say your name, because you hearing your name and your head turning to them, that instinct, that passive, that subconscious instinct to hear your name and turn is the only way they can pay their rent and do their job. It's part of the dance. Hey, Chappell over here, Chappell over here, Chappell over here. Now, during one red carpet, a man, I think, it was like a scuffle between 2 photographers, and he said a swear word. So it was like, Chappell over here. And then I think he said, fuck, something like happened. Chappell turned around like Lawrence Fishburne. She turned her whole body around like Lawrence Fishburne, like, fuck you! And started cussing out the photographers. Now, you would think that an artist who's only been famous for 7 minutes, yelling, fuck you, don't talk to me like that, on her first major moment, about to get crowned Best New Artist, you would think that lack of decorum, that aggressiveness, that unprofessionalism would get her slammed, right? No, they started calling her a feminist hero. When Teyanna Taylor calmly looks at a man who's manhandled her and says, keep your hands off of women. I know she said female, but I cringe when women call other women female, so I'm trying to clean up for her. When Teyanna Taylor looks at a man who's manhandled her, actually touched her and moved her, and says, keep your hands off of women, which was dignified and reasonable, y'all called her everything but a child of God. Chappell Roan, a year later, is screaming, fuck you, and she's a hero. Let's play the video.
Yes, you did, and you were the first to after the party. I remember, because you were so rude to me.
I gotta shut the fuck up. That's the spot.
That's the video. You shut the fuck up. I didn't make it up. She turned around and started screaming, you shut the fuck up. And I'm telling you, for those who are saying they dragged her, honey, no, it was 60-40. She was applauded as a feminist hero, to the point where other celebrities started giving her credit on the carpet. Well, and that's in here, by the way. Other celebrities were like, oh my God, y'all are so quiet this year. Did Chappell whip you into shape? Shout out to Sabrina Carpenter for that little quip.
Chappell!
Not me, bitch. You shut the fuck up, bitch. She just, did y'all see this? This black woman was standing next to her. Chappell Roan just walked up to this black lady and pushed her. And the black girl was like, what the fuck would I do? How I get in it? She's yelling, shut the fuck up, not me, bitch, and pushing black women. Actually, let me just play it over. I need y'all to understand how much of it. You see why I'm calling her an insufferable cow? Teyanna Taylor can't say, hey, don't touch women without y'all calling her names. But this little girl's been yelling, fuck you, suck my dick, all types of crazy shit. Okay.
And you were the first to after the party. I remember because you were so rude to me.
I'm gonna shut the f up. This is fine.
You shut the hey, Chappell! Not me.
Nope.
It's so weird that VIP thinks they're so way too cool to do this.
At her show, when she tells you to do something, if people in VIP don't jump to do it, she calls them out for being elitist pricks. At her own shows. When her staff was trying to help her take off her outfits and they were taking too long, she got mad and just started ripping her clothes off.
This crazy type of behavior comes along with the job. That does not make it okay. I don't give a if you think it's selfish of me to say no for.
When y'all called her selfish, she said, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm selfish. Feminist hero. Feminist hero. You see why this whole video is justice for Teyanna? And why all of you who were critiquing Teyanna can suck. Sorry, let me not swear so much. I think the Bose video still pissed me off and stole my spirit. Y'all see why the Teyanna discourse pissed me off when y'all were letting this girl get away with this for 3 years now? Okay.
Or a photo or for your time.
I Googled you today just to see what pops up, and it says...
Did you not know who I was before?
No.
Her first year of being famous when Jimmy Fallon, sorry. Jimmy Fallon says, I Googled you, to see what popped up. You didn't know who I was? Baby, you barely know who you are. What are you talking about? You just got here.
A lot of anxiety around people yelling at you.
The same awards where she was yelling, fuck you, not me, bitch. She then did an interview with Entertainment Tonight and said, I am so overstimulated because everybody keeps yelling at me. What in the Karen? Somebody said she ghetto. Chappell Roan yelled, fuck you, more than someone with Tourette's at the BAFTAs. Okay? And yet, right afterwards, convinced herself that she was the victim.
The carpet is horrifying. Yeah. And I yelled back.
The carpet is horrifying and I yelled back.
Well, I will say, like, walking on the Grammys carpet, not one person disrespected me. Not one person. They didn't even, like, scream at me. After
that first Grammys where she scared the fuck out of everybody, she came back and said, I just need you to know that I'm an icon because of me, everybody's been so nice to me this entire Grammy season. Not a single person has yelled at me. Nobody has said anything to me. So this is great, guys. This is how you set boundaries. Baby, they're scared of you. You're a rich white woman with no impulse control.
And they wouldn't even call me Chappell. They said, Ms. Roan, sweetheart, can you turn? Ms. Roan, Ms. Roan. It changed.
That's trauma. No. Can you imagine if Ike Turner said, after I slapped her up a couple times, Tina just always stayed in line. It changed. Well, yes, when people are abused, they tend to cower.
And it's changed with fan behavior too. Like, that's what's so amazing also about the internet. Like,
somebody said I look adorable. Thank you. And it's so funny being a grown lady who gets called adorable, but I actually take it as a compliment. Thank you.
people hate it when you call them out and immediately it's like defensive. You, how dare you say I can't come up and take a photo with you? I deserve to. And it's like, I told people how I feel. I feel uncomfortable.
No, baby, you didn't say, you said, fuck you, not me, bitch. No. Okay, Chappell. For those who said Gaga would never, there's actually a split screen videos, lots of split screen videos of people showing the difference between how Gaga treats her fans versus how Chappell treats her fans. Gaga will literally be like, oh, it's been a long day, a plane, another club, another plane, another club, but I have 3 minutes to hear you tell me how I changed your life. Gaga all these years in, still shows grace. Even when she's tired, she shows grace. Perfect example. When I went to go see Girl Strip many, many years ago in the theaters out here in LA, I was bi-coastal at the time. I hadn't moved to LA yet. About 3 or 4 rows behind me was Lena Waithe. And me and Lena hadn't become friends yet. We became friends like a year later. And 3 or 4 rows behind me was Lena Waithe and her group of friends in the movie theater. Because she hadn't won the Emmy yet, she could still go to the theater with her friends without being spotted. But I remembered her from Dear White People. So me and my friend group immediately recognized her, right? Also, my friend group was full of like queer people. Her friend group was full of queer people. So how you doing, right? So I think somebody from Lena's friend group knew somebody from my friend group and they talked. While we're talking, my other friend recognizes, yo, Tracy Ellis Ross is 2 seats in front of us at the same theater. I'm like, okay, I love Tracy Ellis Ross. One of my friends had a crush on her. He walked over to Tracy Ellis Ross and said, Tracy, I love you. And Tracy said, thank you so much. I'm very, very tired, but I really appreciate the love. And you could tell she was exhausted and she just wanted to see Girl Strip by herself and go home. And he said, oh, I understand. Thank you so much. And Tracy walked away. That is setting a boundary. Yeah? What's wild is I am constantly in rooms with people who have been famous since before I lost my virginity. And I watch people decades into their career still show basic fucking human decency even when they are setting boundaries, especially when they're exhausted. So for you, you insufferable cow, 18 minutes into your career to think that you are the Joan of Arc of boundary setting when you're just a self-indulgent white feminist cosplaying being poor and relatable. No, baby, this not it. This not it. But Teyanna, though, is aggressive. Tiana's aggressive because she likes to hug and clap for people when they win and give noogies to her director because they have a shorthand of understanding and likes to tell men to keep their hands off of her when they agree for her. She's the one that we have to worry about being aggressive. Again, I repeat, the most angry Black woman you know is a white feminist. I promise you. I promise you. Coming from a woman who's from Boston, Massachusetts, where the best of the white feminists live. Okay? These are my people. I know my people.
And people listened.
Boundaries. Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah,
People
boundaries.
listen.
When T.S. Madison got pulled into this, T.S., I love you. You didn't know that you were talking to a cow. I get it. You were just doing your job.
And it's
You guys are so quiet this year.
This is Sabrina Carpenter the following year saying, you guys are so quiet this year. Is it because of Chappell? Feminist icon.
Chappell really started.
The Chappell really started this, huh? And they're like, yay, we love Chappell. Oh, we love Chappell. Yes, Teyanna was calm. Teyanna Taylor was calm and firm, and y'all called her aggressive. Chappell Roan was deregulated and yelling, fuck you, bitch. And she's the icon. Respectfully, the live could end right here. Respectfully, we can end the live right here. I'm not even sure we need to do the other 45 minutes I got on tape. Do y'all want to continue? Okay, I just end this right now and go smoke me a J before I go meet my friends. I almost feel like we don't have to even finish the live. Okay. Yes, don't forget to like the live. Before Blue leaves, don't forget to like the live. But no, guys, you know I like to drown y'all in receipts. When I make a point, I want the point to be made and broken story is forever broke. Yeah, shout out to Love Jones. So it's not enough for me to make a point. I want to make it so that if you disagree with us and the facts and pure data and objective analysis, that you and God can talk about that. Okay, so let's continue on. What the fuck is wrong with Chappell Roan live? Because y'all, this scene, for those who don't know what they're watching, Chappell Roan recognized a reporter that she thought yelled at her at a previous show, saw them somewhere else, and approached the lady and confronted her while the lady wasn't even talking to her. This is her confronting somebody at work who's not even speaking to her anymore. Yeah, I just... Body language. Let's be objective. Take away the words. Look at the body language. The black lady that
Chappell Roan was allegedly extremely rude to anyone who...
So after 2024, when y'all made her feel like she was a feminist icon for misbehaving, When people are misbehaving and they get awarded, they now have no incentive because all human beings change based on incentive. Nobody changes because they just decide to be a good person. That's bullshit. That's toxic positivity. We all change based on incentive. Sometimes the incentive is that you're sick of your own shit, right? So because she had no incentive in 2024, in 2025, she took it a step further. Now in 2025, reportedly, and this is something that didn't make a lot of headlines, but of course I know about it because of work. Samara Joy, right? Who has about, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 5 Grammys under her belt. Chappell saw this beautiful Black woman at the Grammys, assumed that she was a nobody, was rude as fuck to her. And then when someone from her team said, yeah, she's won like a shit ton of Grammys, babe. This is one of your peers. Suddenly started being nice to her. You see how it's escalating? You see how it's escalating because y'all didn't check her the first time? That one, fuck you, not me, bitch, turned into blatant. Let me just hit the video.
Who she thought was lower on the list than her at the Grammy Awards, including Grammy winner and jazz singer Samara Joy. And once she realized that she was not just a fan, she quickly changed her attitude.
Nasty.
Everything in this video is alleged, not confirmation of validity of allegations.
And y'all know that because I'm not a celebrity, but I work in places full of celebrated people. I'm used to people not knowing who the fuck I am. And my first thought is always, if I'm in VIP and you're in VIP, shouldn't that just be a Blue's Clue to be nice to me just because somehow I got in here too? Right? I personally don't believe that nobody is a nobody. Everybody is somebody. So the whole, oh, I thought you were a nobody, let me be nice to you now that I know who you know. Bullshit. I didn't have to know any of them. Even if I didn't know any of those people, would I not still be deserving of basic fucking decorum and kindness, or just not being an asshole? The absence of you being an asshole would also have been okay, right? So as somebody who gets mistaken as a nobody a lot, despite the fact that me being in the room should tell you something, dummy, it doesn't matter though, because the thing is, if you walk around acting like people have to have certain social capital for you to just be decent and not be harmful, that's your real character. How you treat people you don't need is your real character. The thing I love about being an EQ coach, and this is something that I want you guys to learn, it's the reason why I'm doing this live, aside from the fact that justice for Teyanna. You don't have to be on or off if it's just your character. I have been doing EQ work for so much of my life, literally more than half of my life now, right? That the things that I teach y'all in class, the things that I talk about on the video, I don't take days off. They're just my character. Which means, one of the stories I heard a long time ago, one of my friends has an amazing t-shirt line. Her name is Erin. Shout out to Erin. And I didn't realize that me and Erin had met in DC outside of me being a fan of hers on social media. So one day I was like, oh, I love your line. I want to buy your shirts, X, Y, and Z. She was like, Blue, we met. I was like, what do you mean we met? She was like, Blue, you were throwing a rent party back in like 2011. You were drunk as fuck. I ran into you in my living room and you were so kind to me and so lovely to me. That's why I started following you. I said, really? She said, yeah, you were drunk as shit, but you were very nice to me. You said really uplifting things to me, and it stuck with me, and that's why I knew you were a real ass bitch. And that's the point. Me drunk at a house party at my house in 2011 when I got laid off from my last 9-to-5 ever, with a bunch of people who were strangers who just came for the function and to pay to get into the party. Because I am not a fake bitch, a complete stranger who saw me drunk could still speak about me in a way that I'm proud of. That is why y'all can't keep just faking it for social media. You don't think that if somebody had a story of Blue Chalusma being a dirty bitch, they wouldn't have come out and said it by now? You don't think that people who are just waiting to catch me slipping because I talk so much fucking shit for a living? The only reason I can pop my shit is because my hands are clean. Fuck fake it until you make it. Claim it until you become it. Chappell Roan is a perfect example of someone who had a really brilliant, well-curated persona, but the real her is so fucking different that they're constantly battling with each other. Conversely, Teyana Taylor is a real-ass bitch. I don't know a single person who does not have something good to say about her character, whether they like her or not, because character is not about you being likable, right? Everybody says if she fucks with you, she fucks with you. She has your back. She's going to clap for you. She's a good girl. But she's not pussy and she's not going to let you walk all over her. That's what we saw at the Oscars. Someone who can clap for others, but who's a real ass bitch. Meanwhile, here's your feminist icon and how she treats Black women who she thinks are nobody.
Small chapel singer was the worst to everyone last night who was not higher than her on the list. The 5-time winner mentioned earlier was really treated like crap. It was only after the chapel singer learned she wasn't just a random fan, but a 5-time winner that her attitude changed. And again, this is allegedly Chappell Roan and Samara Joy. And the related headline reads, Chappell Roan celebrates win for Best New Artist by calling...
Imagine you win Best New Artist and you can't even be kind. I constantly want to remind you guys, we talk about sore losers. Some of y'all are sore winners. Some of y'all are horrible people because you won, not because you lost.
Calling out record labels. Roan, known for being outspoken, stayed the course with her acceptance speech for Best New Artist. It's been the year of Chappell Roan. Fresh off of a record-breaking festival circuit, Roan secured the Grammy for Best New Artist Sunday night. Roan, known for being outspoken, stayed the course with her acceptance speech after she offered a host of thank yous. She fulfilled a promise to herself.
Literally this. Chappell Roan.
So this is 2026 now. Now we're in 2026. The reason why I'm giving you these timestamps is there's one story that got Chappell canceled. A lot of Chappell's fans are saying, why y'all canceling her about this one story? Ha ha ha! A bitch did research. Y'all know what happens when Bluetooth does research. It's not one instance. It's not one instance. It's not one instance. It's years of character, right? So now let's start with 2026. Chappell Roan's in Paris or some shit. And I think it's like, is it Paris Fashion Week? When is Paris Fashion Week? Let me see if that's what it was. Yes, March 2nd to March 10th. So yes, it was. Oh my God, look at me knowing shit that I didn't even know I knew. It was Paris Fashion Week at the top of March. Chappell Roan, Miss Fuck You, bitch, not me, bitch. Right? Is in Paris for Fashion Week. In the same way, there are certain restaurants that if I was going to have an affair as a public figure in Los Angeles, I would not go to because everybody in LA knows which restaurants are high profile. When me and Bridget went to Nobu for my birthday 2 years ago and I got kidnapped by Dua Lipa, that's a whole other story time. Dua Lipa tried to kidnap me and Bridget and my sister left me behind and waited for me in the car, child. I had to fight for my life from Dua Lipa. It's a whole other story. It was a fun story though, but that's what reminded me. But I knew going to Nobu that I was probably going to run into somebody famous, right? So the way the industry works is if you don't want to be seen, it's very easy not to be seen. You just know where not to go. Chappell Roan is in Paris Fashion Week and goes to one of the spots that you only go. No, Dua Lipa is fun though. I predicted her breakup with her boyfriend. I did a free tarot reading for her. That's why she was holding me hostage because she wanted me to do a reading for her. That's a whole other thing, right? Put that on the list, guys, for the story times. So Chappell Roan, if she hates being perceived, and her thing is she's a white feminist icon for boundaries, right? Y'all using that word incorrectly. Then that would tell you that if you're at Paris Fashion Week where photogs are abundant, maybe don't go to a celebrity spot for a meal. Yes? Unless you're an insufferable cow. Unless you just want to be Joan of Arc and you like bullying the help, right? Chappell Roan shows up to a very popular restaurant in Paris during Fashion Week, sees 3 paparazzi and 1 fan doing their job. 3 paparazzi are just there to take a picture of whoever the fuck shows up. The 1 fan likes Chappell Roan and wants to see Chappell Roan. Do you know she pulled the ultimate Karen, grabbed her phone, and started filming them as if she was being attacked? Yes, the member goal is 20. Let me tell you, when we hit 2222, I might rent a beach house and just do a 24-hour live chat. I might stop popping bottles because you all know that's my angel number. But yes, I think right now we're not near 2222, so please become a member. I appreciate y'all. Oh, we actually have a new member. Shout out to, let's see this. Someone said the security guard came out and said, you guys, that's a spoiler. I had to take that down. You guys, we said no spoilers. No spoilers. So I'm taking that down because that was a spoiler. So thank you to Lolly6340. Guys, I appreciate the super chats, but if the super chats have spoilers, I cannot put them on the screen. We did a whole speech about how please wait until we get the section before you talk about the section, because some people in here are hearing this for the first time. All right, so imagine you're outside of a restaurant just wanting to take pictures of whoever comes, and a woman jumps out, sees you doing your job, and immediately starts filming you as if you just attacked her. People like, nah, bitch, you could have just walked into the restaurant and we would have been done, right? Nope. Let's see what Chappell Roan did instead.
Flew to Paris, went to 4 or 5 fashion shows that she was invited to, then went to eat dinner at a very popular, star-studded Parisian restaurant where paparazzi always hang out because there's always stars there.
Yep.
Walked in the front door, but yet expects not to be bothered by paparazzi or by fans.
By the way, shout out to So Steph. 5 gift memberships? Oh my God, Steph, thank you so much. If anybody in here gets one of Steph's gifted memberships, because I hear that they're randomly given away, let us know, and please thank Steph in the chat. Thank you, Steph. That's amazing. Oh, look at the new members. I love this. Okay, so Chappell Roan, you're thinking, okay, well, Blue, that's obnoxious, but how bad could it be? Oh, no, we have the video, baby. We're going to let you watch.
Mind you, the celebrities that don't want to be paparazzi'd or don't want to be bothered aren't. Zendaya and Tom Holland had a whole wedding without us even knowing about it.
Zendaya can get married without us knowing about it, but Chappell Roan wants us to think that she can't order spaghetti bolognese without her being, girl.
We haven't seen Beyonce in 15 years. When Taylor Swift doesn't want to be seen, she's not seen. Celebrities that are 10 times more famous than Chappell Roan live completely private lives because they choose to do so and go to the lengths to do so.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga literally explained in an interview that rather than buying more luxury cars or buying more houses, she spends extra money on a security team that handles all the logistics for her in order to get her in and out of places without being seen or photographed.
That's actually true, because I once was at Delta One Lounge. And for those who don't know, in LA, the Delta One Lounge is a whole different section away from the rest of the airport. I walked into the elevator to go up and saw 2 big security men and a small woman with a sweatsuit on with her hoodie pulled down walking past me. I was like, is that Teyanna? But you could tell whoever it was somebody who wanted to fly in and out without being bothered. And I'm gonna mind my business anyways, right? But there's a way that you move when you're a celebrity who simply wants to be left alone that doesn't have to impede on anybody else's freedom. It happens so effortlessly out here in LA. That's why her premise is so insulting to me, because I'm like, you're not the first person to ever be famous, right? You're not the first person in the world to ever be famous. And you're not even that famous because there's still some niggas in here who don't know who you are.
I'm actually convinced that this is a publicity stunt at this point, because I think Chappell Roan's fame is definitely dwindling compared to what it was a few years ago, and she has to do something to keep people talking. And as much as she claims to hate the fame and hate the things that go along with fame, she loves it.
Yeah,
Don't
she loves
let
it.
her fool you guys. She loves it. She acts like she's being held hostage. She loves it. Mind you, there was literally 3 people outside waiting for her.
3 people.
She acts like it was a mob of 7,000 people clawing to get at her, and she had to protect herself.
Michael Jackson used to go to Asia, and you would see people in Japan just passing out on the street just by looking at him, right? Chappell Roan. If Michael Jackson could keep his cool when about 10,000 people passing out just from seeing his eye whites, because eye whites apparently is the drinking game word of the day, right? You really think that 3 people outside of a restaurant in Paris is enough for you to pull out your camera like you're being attacked?
It was 3 people. Chappell, it was 3.
So I'm just trying to go to dinner.
I want y'all to see the video. I don't want you to think that Blue Toulouse is telling you how to think or feel. Free agency is always welcomed in this space as long as it's respectful. So if I give an opinion about something, I also want to do my best to give you opportunity to create your own opinion. So watch this for yourself.
And I've asked these people several times to get away from me.
Please step to the side. Step to the side.
This person I've asked several times to go away, and they will not. They're hiding their face because
they're hiding their face. Y'all, that's a fan with a notebook waiting for her to sign it. And because he only speaks French, Chappell Roan's talking shit about him, and he don't know that she talking about him. He like, yeah, this person over here is harassing me and won't leave me alone. And he's like, Kisa? Huh? He's like, he doesn't know what's happening. He's so confused. He says, Chappell, I love you, Chappell. Chappell, I love you, Chappell. He has no idea that she's talking big shit. I feel so bad for him. Y'all, I really feel so bad. He's just like, Chappell? He's like, she seems very passionate. Chappell? He has no idea. He knows all the lyrics to her song. Yeah, somebody said, I'm mad. He has no idea that he's the one getting cussed out. It's very much, what you mean, fuck 50? I just want an autograph.
they're ashamed because I've asked them.
He's like, hi. He's thinking he's on camera because she's giving him a shout out. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for him. Can we have justice for this young man? What's happening? He's like, hi, Chappell, I love you. She's like, yes, this horrible stalker is trying to attack me. He's like, what?
These are all the people that are.
Can you sign it, Chappell?
Completely.
Can you sign it, Chappell? Chappell, can you sign it? Chappell? Yes, hi. Can you sign it, Chappell? I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, here's the part that breaks my heart. She has the same birthday as my aunt, who's my spirit guide, and my aunt does not like her. So, yes. February 19th is one of my favorite days in the world because the woman who raised me was born February 19th. My mother raised me from 7 onward, but my first 6 years of life, I lived in America with my aunt, and she's the one who raised me. And that's why my altar is dedicated to her after she passed away. So February 19th, my aunt don't act like this.
Disregarding all of my boundaries.
My first time to see you, Chappell.
They're hiding their face.
So I'm gonna rewind it. You see the little rewind button? I'm gonna rewind it in slow motion so y'all can watch again and see every little detail. Because to me, this is comedy. SNL needs to recreate this.
Because they're ashamed. Because I've asked them.
Hi, baby.
These are all the people that are.
Can you sign it, Chappell?
Completely disregarding all of my boundaries.
They're completely disregarding my boundaries. Hi, Chappell. Hi, baby. Hi. Can you sign it? Yes, baby. Yes, poor guy. Can we have justice for him? If somebody has a GoFundMe for him, let me know. I will send him 20 francs. I feel so bad for this man.
You, Chappell.
So this is. Then go away.
Happy to see you.
So all of you.
Like, Chappell, I'm just doing my job. Then go away. Bitch, wait, but I work here. You got the car. I was already here. Why do I have to go away when you got here after me? Oh, mon Dieu. I am confusion. I know some really big egomaniacs. I don't know anybody like Chappell Roan.
I'm asking you kindly to please leave me alone and stop following me and harassing me.
How are they following you if they were there before you? Somebody says sacre bleu. Y'all, justice for Paris. And I'm Haitian, so that's very rare that I say that. But like, seriously, you fucking with them Parisian people. They didn't do nothing to you, friend.
What you wearing?
No, I'm not gonna sign. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. I have your choice.
She said, but Chappell, you signed? She said, no, I'm not going to sign. No, thank you. And he's like, oh, well, bitch, why didn't you say that before? I could have gone home. You see how the minute she finally just said, no, I'm not going to sign, and he realized that she was talking to him, he left her alone.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how to.
And what you wearing?
It's a fashion icon.
Fashion
icon right now, Chappell.
They're all saying fashion icon, Chappell. Chappell? Chappell, you sign? Hey, baby.
Chappell sign? Chappell sign?
Chappell.
No. Don't get. I don't have time. Hi, baby.
Hey, baby.
I don't sign for resellers. Chappell sign?
I feel so vindicated in my criticism, and may I say, I'm not going to say hate, my strong dislike for Chappell Roan.
Now, y'all know that whenever I talk about white people, I have to find a white person that I like to tell you the same thing I just said. Because, I don't want y'all to think this is tribalism. As somebody who has prided herself on finding her some good whites, okay? Serena Williams is very good at finding good white people. I, too, have that skill. As someone who knows how to vet good white friends, I have found good white women who are intersectional feminists who cannot stand the shit out of Chappell Roan. They hate this lady. All the white bitches that I like don't like her. That feels like something, yes? All the white women that I respect and who call people out themselves and their families included do not like this lady. So I'm going to let the white folks, because, white on white crime, we hold space for that here. We're going to let a white woman talk about why this other white woman got us fucked up.
After that video of her Paris Fashion Week has been going viral. Almost a year ago, I made a video criticizing Chappell Roan in the aftermath of her going on Call Her Daddy and having that interview where she was bitching and complaining about how difficult it is to be a pop star and also stay politically informed. And why are people looking to her for the answer, which literally no one ever said that they were looking to her for all the political answers to solve the political crisis in this country. But she's whining.
She came forward and said, why do y'all want me to talk about politics? Because you said that you were a queer feminist icon, which are heavily political archetypes. Baby, you don't get to call yourself, oh yeah, she came out the closet. Let me not do the hand thing. Maybe she does like women. I think Chappell might be bi, but I'm mind my business. That's not a fact. That's just a hunch. As somebody who has gone through the early 2000s where everybody was gay for 5 minutes, which was a detriment to the actual gay community. You cannot call yourself and position yourself as a gay feminist icon and then say, why y'all asking me to be political? Baby, your entire brand is political? Do you not know how to read? I sometimes wonder if literacy is the issue. Somebody told me they're not teaching cursive no more. Are they teaching reading? I know y'all can't see the fancy reading letters anymore, but do y'all understand regular letters in Times New Roman? Because this feels like a literacy issue. You literally said that the reason why you wear that white makeup and that bright eyeshadow that I'm paying homage to today is because you stand on the shoulders of drag queens and black and brown people in the queer community. You cannot give that speech to cash in direct deposits from all your singles, from fans who relate to that speech, and then turn around during the apocalypse and say, but I don't want to be political. Oh. Hi, baby. I feel like that Frenchman. Hi, baby. Chappell sign. Chappell sign.
Think about how difficult it is to stay politically informed and to tour and to eat healthy and to work out, and like as if the 99%, as if the rest of the population doesn't also have to figure out how to have work-life balance.
Exactly.
That video I think is like at 4 million views, and people got a lot of flack for it. A lot of people who were like, I understand what you're talking, but a lot of people like got pushed back. And now here we are a year later with this video of her at Paris Fashion Week filming herself saying,
you guys, we're on our 3rd year of y'all making excuses for Chappell Roan. How many more years do y'all need? I fear we don't have any more years left, okay? I love that she's saying it's another year of y'all defending this bitch. Another year. I peeped this after the Babyface thing. I waited several years to do this live, guys.
This is what it's like. I told these people to leave me alone, and they just won't answer. They just won't leave me alone. And this is just a little taste of what it's like to be me and what it's like to like not have paparazzi or fans in my face all the time. And I just found that video so fucking performative. And like, it's just, it's just so on brand for a white woman to complain about how hard it is to be a famous white woman when there are so many black women artists and brown women artists in Hollywood, in music, in film, that have had to face such worse scrutiny and like such worse like public reception than Chappell Roan has. The first couple examples that came to mind was just recently, like Rihanna, a lady broke into her home with like, I think it was an AK-47 and literally tried to like kill her, right?
Yeah.
My sympathy for Rihanna is like only goes so far, because again, she's also part of like the billionaire class, so it's like that's a very traumatizing thing for her to have experienced. But I'm pretty sure there was a report that came out that showed that her practices for her Fenty clothing business was like worse than Shein. So I'm like,
so I think this is a fair critique. I think it's fair to say that you love Rihanna, but you have complicated feelings about Shein, like practices making her a billionaire through her corporation. I think that's a very fair critique. As someone who actually loves Rihanna herself, I think that's really fair.
Okay, horrific, but also billionaire, so it's like, my sympathy can only go so far. But another example is Megan Thee Stallion. This woman, Megan Thee Stallion, was literally shot in the foot and then had to go through a, like, I'm pretty sure it was like a couple years, 2 to 3 years long process of going to court, having to face the man who shot her. Not only that, but she had to face the court of public opinion. She got so much backlash from all sides, from people in her fan base, people in, I can't remember who it was, the name of the rapper that shot her, but like people in his fan base that were saying that she was faking it, that she's lying, that she's doing this for attention. She had to face scrutiny and criticism from like pop news sources.
Oh, you love a Megan documentary? My friend directed that. My Igbo sister. Sorry. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's a really great documentary. I think it's still available on Amazon Prime.
Like, there are black women artists and brown women artists that have had to deal with so much worse than Chappell Roan, and she hasn't even been in the mainstream industry, the mainstream spotlight for for more than 5 years. It's been less than 5 years, and she is acting like the kind of public reception, the paparazzi, the fame, like the people that are just swarming her is equivalent to like what Britney Spears had to go through. It just makes me, that video just really pissed me off. And what really also was like really sad to see is that there's a fan there who was like, has a French accent, and
Chappell sign. I'm so happy that we all felt our hearts melted for that poor fan. I hope he's no longer a fan. Seriously, I hope that this woke him up.
He's like, can you sign this, Chappell? Can you sign it? She's right next to him, and she's like, no. Oh my, I cannot imagine being so egotistical and being like, me. being like, me, it's all about me, that you can't even take 5 seconds. It literally would have taken her a fraction of time to sign that fan's picture or whatever, go into the restaurant, than the time that she spent to pull out her phone and take a video and be like, look how difficult it is to be me, guys. No one forced you to go to Paris Fashion Week. No one is forcing you to go to these red carpet. Well,
by the way, J-Lo is said to be one of those. J-Lo has said to get people fired for looking at her. J-Lo does have a don't look at me clause. So allegedly, child.
You know that there's like some celebrities do have like contracts to like walk the red carpet because there's like designers or like they have contracts with like people and they have to go to walk the red carpet. But like no one, if you don't
y'all like this lip combo, this is Strong by Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty. I started using Rare Beauty recently, just testing it out. Because I want to do videos where we do suggestions about what makeup to, because you guys are always asking about makeup. But yeah, this is a Rare Beauty lip liner in Strong, and then like just a pink lip gloss in the middle. But yeah, Selena, she might be onto something.
Be in the spotlight. Don't be in the spotlight. Don't be in the spotlight and then complain about how much you don't want to be in the spotlight. No one's forcing you. No one is forcing you to be there, Chappell. And also I feel like she doesn't really understand like what the purpose of a boundary is. When you set a boundary with someone, you're telling them, if you continue to do this thing, then this is how I am going to respond, right?
Did y'all hear that? You set a boundary for your own safety. You don't set a boundary to rob people of their free agency. A boundary means this is what it would reasonably take for me to engage with you safely. If you do not respect this thing that allows me to engage with you safely, I will disengage. A boundary isn't about you being somebody else's boss. A lot of y'all don't understand that. That's why we're doing this live, right? As an EQ coach, I need you to understand that I'm not just fighting justice for Teyanna. I also want you to understand that Gen Z has unfortunately been taught to weaponize therapy speak, and boundaries are not being used correctly. Boundaries are being weaponized, and Chappell Roan is probably the best example we have in modern times of how boundaries are being weaponized. If you want to learn about how not to weaponize boundaries, then feel free to take our class, fall26study.com. We teach you guys for 8 weeks how not to be an insufferable cow like Chappell Roan, and how to use words like boundaries correctly without causing harm to others.
Right? Like if someone is in your space, if someone is constantly pestering you and you say, if you don't respect my space, then I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not, like, that's a healthy boundary. And like a misunderstanding of this boundary, she's essentially saying, like, if you don't respect my space, if you like can't leave me alone, then I'm going to take out my phone and put you on blast.
Guys, I disagree. Therapy speak has not messed up a lot of us. Weaponizing therapy speak has messed up a lot of us. Please put the word weaponizing in front of it. That's like saying food has messed up a lot of us. We need to eat to live. We need therapy to thrive and cope. So therapy is not the issue. Weaponizing therapy. You can weaponize anything that's good. It's not the therapy itself. It's not even the therapy speak. It's the hubris and the ego that causes you to weaponize it. You can weaponize anything that's good.
According to you, like, it's just, it's so petty. It's so immature.
Chappell Roan is now allegedly sending her security to harass.
So now, guys, let's get to the what's happening now. What's got her canceled? We're thinking, okay, the Babyface thing, they get her canceled, but they got the other girl canceled, the girl who yelled her name. Okay, check. Fuck you, not me, bitch. Turned her into a feminist icon. Check. Paris Fashion Week, people were like, now hold on, bitch. Nobody did anything to you. It was 3 paparazzi and one really nice French man who just kept on saying, hey, baby, and he didn't know what was going on. That's a little bit weird. So the first big crack, in my opinion, this month happened with Paris Fashion Week because there was no aggressors but her. What eventually got her canceled, because right now she's in the middle of being canceled on white TikTok. I like to go to white TikTok and Asian TikTok and Indian TikTok and Christian TikTok, even MAGA TikTok sometimes, just to be nosy, just to see what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Over on white TikTok, they are dragging her, honey. Oh yes, time check, 6 o'clock. We have to end in about 15 minutes. They are dragging her, but I'm gonna probably talk less because I do want you to watch what happened. I'm probably gonna be a little bit late. Damn it, time blindness. I want you to watch what happened that finally got her canceled, because Chappell Roan is known for sending security guards to attack people on her behalf, allegedly. And this time she was in Brazil for a Lollapalooza event. A little girl saw her, thought she recognized her, but wasn't sure. Little girl walks past her, still can't figure out if it's her, smiles at her because she's a pretty lady. Little girl just smiles at her and walks back to her table and says, Mommy, I'm not sure if it was Chappell Roan, but it could have been Mummy. And the little girl had a British accent. I'll explain to you why she had a British accent for those who don't know the 40%, right? Somebody said Blues are true researcher. Yes, my nickname in high school was Entertainment Tonight because my initials are E.T. Emanuela Telusma is E.T., yes? Yes, Emanuela is my middle name. It's very Viva la raza. So Chappell Roan sees this little girl, and the little girl says, Mommy, I'm not sure if that was Chappell Roan or not. It might have been her, though. And then she went back to eating her food. Her and her mummy are eating their food when a security guard walks over to her mummy and says, you need to learn how to raise your daughter properly. What the hell was that? And starts cussing out the little girl, her mama. 11 years old. Here's where things get tricky. The reason why this little girl was able to walk over to Chappell Roan, not freak out or fan out, smile at her politely, sit back the fuck down, and then have a very distinguished conversation with her mother. Mummy, I'm not sure if that was Chappell Roan or not, right? Is because she is Jude Law's daughter and the daughter of a famous Brazilian soccer player. The bitch is richer than you, Chappell. Chappell sent her goons after a nobody who ended up being richer than her. And that's how karma works. White on white crime. We need to do a whole segment about white on white crime. When you were being mean to Samara Joy and the rest of us blackies, nobody gave a fuck, right? When you were talking to the poors on the red carpet, nobody came, but you fucked around with another white girl who's richer than you. Mommy, why is Chappell's security guard yelling at us? Bitch. You dumb bitch. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's just
11-year-old girls who smile at her in public. Yes, you heard that correctly. Jude Law's 11-year-old daughter is
the Jude Law, Hollywood royalty for decades. That Jude Law. For those who don't know white men's names but know their faces, got know some black people in here only know famous white people by face. This nigga who's in everything. Yes. Brad Pitt Jr. Yes. That Jude Law. Bitch. I'm so sorry. I love consequences. I would say remember me different, but I'm always like this. Well, you picked the right one, huh? 3 years. Your Babyface couldn't do it. Paparazzi couldn't do it. Chappell Sign couldn't do it. But Jude Law's baby, you made Jude Law's daughter cry. Oh, Chappell. Whoo! You messed with a white girl who's even more demure than you. This is why I keep white friends. You let them take each other out. It's amazing. This is how you end systemic racism. You find good white people to attack the bad white people, and then they come back and they tell you the stories. It's fun. I'm telling you, I'm strategic with my activism, okay? You're not about to have me in the front lines talking about say her name. Fuck that. I plan to live to be 100. I'm not
in
dying
Brazil for Lollapalooza, where Chappell Roan is performing. Jude Law, yes, that Jude Law, Oscar nominee, BAFTA winner, he's famous as well. His daughter and his ex are staying at the same hotel.
He's internationally famous. He's British royalty and American famous. You know how hard it is to be both? Yes, Uno reverse on that bitch. You know how hard it is to be British famous and American famous simultaneously for more than a decade? My nigga, oh, this is awkward. Oh, this is delicious. You know what? We're running out of time for me to do any more commentary. I'm gonna just watch this with you and try my best not to cackle over the lady talking.
As Chappell Roan for the festival. Coincidentally, I would assume. And they were both apparently eating in the same restaurant at the hotel they were both staying at. His daughter allegedly walked past the table that Chappell was sitting in and smiled at her. And then Chappell, in response, had her security walk up to this little girl's table and tell her to stop harassing people. She's an 11-year-old girl. This little girl's stepfather is also a football player. He posted on his...
The only people more famous in this world than Hollywood stars are international football players, soccer players, I would say in America. People die over soccer. The most famous sport in the world. You picked on a little girl whose biological father is an international Hollywood superstar and whose stepfather is a football superstar while in Brazil, their home country. In the same way, I'd be looking at people who think I'm a nobody, like, didn't it hit you that I'm in VIP, so somehow I must have gotten in here? Baby, Chappell, the hotel that you were staying at cost $1 zillion a night. The fact that the little girl was even able to go back to her table at the same hotel should have told you that she wasn't a nobody. Ooh, double whammy. She pissed off somebody's ancestors. She really did. She pissed off somebody's maybe Samara Joy's and Babyface's ancestors. I don't know, but she pissed off somebody's ancestors.
Instagram saying that the little girl did not ask for a photo, did not talk to her, did not bother her in any way. She simply walked past the table and smiled at her. And she's Jude Law's daughter. She's probably been around people far more famous than you, Chappell.
That's why the little girl walked over and said, smiled and walked back unmoved. Mommy, I wonder if that's Chappell. Baby, you're not the most important person she sees on it. Oh my God, this is so awkward.
Roan. I imagine Chappell Roan is like that suburban old man who screams at kids to get off his lawn. Get over yourself. Really, get over yourself. She wasn't stalking you. She wasn't following you. She didn't bother you. She simply walked by your table. And if you can't handle people looking at you in public, maybe you should just not go out in public anymore. I just don't understand it.
I'm just gonna tell my half of this.
So this is Chappell's response when the backlash first started.
Story of what happened today with a mother and child who were involved with a security guard who is not my personal security. I didn't even see a woman and a child. Like, I did not, no one came up to me. No one bothered me. Like, I was just sitting at breakfast in my hotel. I think these people were staying at the hotel as well. So the fact that, like, a security guard who was, I did not ask the security guard to go up and talk to this mother and child. They did not come up to me. They weren't doing anything. It's unfair for security.
So her premise is, oh my God, none of this happened. I don't know who any of these people are. I was minding my business. I didn't even see the little girl. What's a little girl? This is her excuse.
Ready to just assume someone.
Then she says, it's not my security. So if the hotel security saw this little girl and attacked her, that's disgusting. Shame on them.
Doesn't have good intentions when they have no reason to believe because there's no action even taken. Like, I do not hate people who are fans of my music. I do not hate children. Like,
I do not hate
that is crazy. I'm sorry to the mother and child that someone was assuming something, that you would do something, and that
I'm sorry to the mother and child that somebody that's not me, who doesn't work for me, assumed that you meant me harm and attacked you even though I didn't even know you existed. Okay, that's her.
If you felt uncomfortable, that makes me really sad. You did not deserve that. Hi.
The mother got upset because the mother's like, bitch, I pulled Jude Law and a fucking famous soccer player. I'm that bitch. You know who the fuck you're talking about? Are you about to lie on my fucking daughter? So the mother came on social media and she had some words.
Hey guys, good morning. Bon dia. I wanted to say something because I'm getting so many messages about this now. And honestly, I didn't realize it would get this crazy, but a lot of people ask me like what actually happened and everything else, and I know that Chappell has responded saying that it wasn't it wasn't her security and that she didn't do it. So 100% this security guard was not a security guard of the hotel. That's what I can say.
The mother basically is saying, for those of you who don't understand white on white crime, I'm very well versed in this because I have spent most of my time in New England watching white women beat each other up while I mind my business. She's saying, honey, I'm quite rich and I know what the security for the hotel entails because I am at this hotel quite often. I'm also a celebrity and I know for a fact that this is a security guard that only works with celebrities. I'm not saying he works for you. I'm just saying he doesn't fucking work for the hotel. That's the translation, okay?
He looks after artists. So I don't know if it was her personal security guard, but he was with her. So that is all I know. Did she send him to do it? Again, I don't know. Look, I would like to hope not, but at the same time, I think that you have a responsibility when you are a celebrity to make sure, I guess, that the people that work for you and that act on your behalf are acting on your behalf. So would he do that?
Look, man, everybody thinks I'm Nigerian. Cut me some slack. I'm dressed in green, okay? I'm dipped in green trying to pretend to be British. What did you expect from me? Okay? Cut me some slack.
If he didn't have her authority to do so, I don't know. If he does, then obviously that's a big problem. Because
She's saying, well, you know, he doesn't work for the hotel. He works for celebrities, and you're the only celebrity in the sentence. So I'm not saying he works for you, but he works for a celebrity, and he acted on your behalf. And if he does work for you, I'm not saying he does though. Then perhaps he should be fired if you are not the one who sent him the order. Now, if you're the one who sent him the order, then you lied on my child. Curious. It's all very curious. It's all very curious. All right, I'm going to fast forward because I basically just told you what she's saying. And then she mentions the part where she says, my daughter walked up and said, Mommy, is that Chappell? Her daughter actually did say that. I didn't make that up.
Excited to see her an artist and singer that she admires, and can he not understand that was all she was doing? And I explained to him also that my husband is also very well known, and that she's very used to being around people that are well known, and she would never.
She's saying what happened after the security guard walked up and started telling her that she's a horrible mother who doesn't know how to raise her children. That's some heavy shit. So she's like, it's pardon. My daughter is quite rich. What are you saying? The champagne was burnt. Okay. So yes, her motherhood was attacked, and she had to explain to him, I'm richer than all of y'all. Please get the fuck out of my face.
Behind the scenes, this takes.
So then Chappell, the same Chappell who lied the next day and said, I don't know who they are. What she forgot when she was lying and saying, that wasn't my security, is the night before she thanked security in her speech at the concert.
It's a lot of people, so thank you.
Let's play it. Let's play it.
Behind the scenes, this takes a lot of people, so thank you.
I don't talk you lie. I think I went too far back.
Intimidated or nothing. Like, it's an 11-year-old child. So yes. This is the last thing I'm going to say about this now, because it's getting a bit crazy. But lots of people are sending me messages like, is this true? Is this true? Is this true? And then lots of messages now about, obviously, Chappell's message that she's put out. So,
and she intentionally calls her Chappell instead of Chappell. Ugh. Rich white woman shade, it needs to be examined. She said, Chappell. Yes, Dave Chappell was quite rude to us.
I hope that she did not know, and I hope that she did not send her security over to do this. I really think that she's a very, very, very talented artist. Yes. We liked her a lot. We came all the way to Sao Paulo to watch the show. It was my daughter's birthday present. She actually asked for tickets to come for her birthday present, which was a little bit ruined because we didn't go to the show last night.
She said, and you know, we came here just for your show. We didn't attend. We will not be going to any more Dave Chappelle shows because of this.
But it's how it is. But yeah.
Thank you. And thank you to my crew and my security and my band. And
thank you. Thank you to my crew and my security, even though I didn't hire you and I don't know who you are. Thank you to my crew, my security, my band. Baby, you gave them a shout out the night before you lied and said you don't know who they are.
Everyone behind the scenes, this takes a lot of people, so thank you.
And you know I had to do more research. I'm trying to rush because I'm about to be late to the function. But I had to do more research. There's video of Chappell sicking her security on people like pit bulls. Watch, y'all always think it's niggas with pit bulls. Apparently, Chappell Roan uses men as pit bulls. Somebody said the security guard works for Sabrina Carpenter. He came out and said he did it on his own. The mom stalked Jude Law. Y'all, baby, do you understand that the security guard can get paid to say that? I work in the industry. I'm just going to say that's not compelling. I appreciate you saying what you said. And I'm telling you, as somebody who's been on phone calls where we make up lies to cover people's asses, I'm not moved by that. I'll just say that. I don't talk you lying. And I'm going to take the song off so you can see. But Chappell Roan, this is you. So for the person who's saying the security guard is saying that he works for Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, so how about this security guard who works for Chappell Roan as a fact, walking through the airport where Chappell's with him and she's pointing to somebody with the camera and sicking them on them, and the video shows the security guard attacking the person. You see how Sabrina Carpenter's security guard story doesn't fix that? Because this is Chappell with her security that we know for a fact is her security because we're watching it. Watch this. Look at this. Watch it again. I'll do a replay. She's walking. She points to the person with the camera. Security immediately, with an angry fist, walks up to the person in the exact same demeanor as the person who walked up to Jude Law's daughter. Now what? We have video evidence of it happening in real time on camera with no provocation. Now what? You see how, because I used to be a celebrity fixer who would help them create frameworks to get the, I used to be a spin doctor. Let me just cut the bullshit. I get paid on the back end to sign NDAs and be a spin doctor when certain people need help. And I do it in a way that has integrity, but that's the only clause that I have. They call me Olivia Nope, right? I'll fix it for you, but we can't lie. I'll tell the truth in a really interesting way, but we can't lie. As a fixer, I'm calling bullshit on the Sabrina Carpenter thing. The video is showing her character. Now, poor Sabrina's in her bullshit. So, yeah, guys.
Oh, girl, you're going to have to do something quick. That Instagram story that you posted is not getting the job done.
No, they used to call me Olivia Nope because I would say no a lot. There's some things you can't buy from me, so they used to call me Olivia Nope.
I haven't seen the headlines move like this in a while. This morning, it was Chappell Roan ignores child. Tonight, it's Chappell Roan slapped Jude Law's 11-year-old daughter across the face. Girl! And I'm going to be honest with the way you've been moving with the press. I
For
just
those
don't
who
believe
keep on
you.
saying
I
don't. Do y'all know how being celebrity works? You guys, if you are a celebrity and you see paparazzi from 10 feet away, that is not provocation. That is your job. It is an occupational hazard. It is an occupational hazard. For the person who keeps on writing, isn't paparazzi, I don't think our moderators are in here. If our moderators are in here, please block them because that doesn't mean anything.
Don't believe that you didn't send that security guard over to their table to go off on them. I really don't.
It must be nice to be a white Gen Z woman because you could be the most off-putting, insufferable person imaginable in interaction after interaction, and people will still see you as the victim in each and every situation. Because if Chappell Roan was anything but a white woman, she would have been canceled by now. People would have been tired of her shit. But because she's white and because she's Chappell Roan, and also because she has ties to the LGBT community, people will defend her actions no matter what. And it's like this instance with this 11-year-old trying to come up to her, and then a security guard is going on and talking to her.
You guys, I don't think for some reason it doesn't look like Florence or whoever's in here is able to block the person. So I'm going to, while this video is playing, I'm going to block them myself.
And it made this little girl cry, and it's like, Chappell Roan was like, I don't want to be bothered while I'm at breakfast. Tell this girl to leave me alone. And then she comes out with this video doing damage control saying, I don't know who that kid was. I never saw a kid. And security guard, it wasn't my security guard. So you mean to tell me that a security guard at that hotel is just going to go up to that kid and be like, you need to leave Chappell Roan alone? Knowing damn well you sent that security guard, knowing damn well you just didn't think that kid had a fucking famous soccer dad, and now you're being put on blast by everybody, and this is the damage control you do. But it's okay, Chappell Roan, because your fans are going to defend you no matter what. No matter how many times you come off as an off-putting, insufferable person, people are going to...
Yes, the way they were acting towards Doechii did something that we would all do. If I'm trying to have a cue and you're missing your cue, I'm going to scream the cue to you because we're at the Met. That was a regular occurrence. Y'all dragged Doechii for having a regular moment that anybody who's ever worked on any production has ever had. We have that moment at the candle fucking shop. Fuck the Met Gala. If it is time for us to be in the shop and one of the shop girls who's working with us conditionally is being trained by Bridget and they're not labeling properly, Bridget might say, hey, no, put that down, put the knife down, grab this instead. That's a regular thing that happens with production. And y'all drag Doechii. This bitch is yelling, not me, bitch, fuck you. Making babies cry and shit. And y'all making up excuses for her. Ooh.
Defend you. So it must be nice to be a white Gen Z lady because people will defend you even if you're the most insufferable person alive.
Yep.
The mom of that little girl who got scolded at that hotel.
So here's one of Chappell's friends saying the mom of the little girl was being passive aggressive and throwing shade and trying to get us to get. Yes, baby, she was out whiting her. Yes, she got out Karen'd.
Because she was excited to see Chappell Roan getting on social media and being like, I don't know if, that was Chappell Roan's security guard. But what I do know is that I was super intimidated by him. And it was just me, a woman, and my young child. And I don't know, I would hope that a security guard working for Chappell Roan would never do that. But what I do know is that a security guard would never do that with the express permission of.
You're right. You guys are right. Time check. So I'm going to fast forward and I'm going to play. There's so many Chappell Roan videos. Oh, so many good videos. One of the things that I do need to play for you guys then, we're going to fast forward all this good shit, is actually, should we do a part 2? No, we're not gonna do a part two. I'm probably gonna be tipsy. We're gonna skip over what boundaries are because we've already talked about what boundaries are, right? Let's skip to what came forward as a result of the Brazil thing because it doesn't end here. Chappell Roan's entire thing when she won her Grammy was, this around COVID, I couldn't afford health insurance. I'm just a struggling artist. All artists need to be paid properly. Paparazzi don't understand boundaries, X, Y, and Z. She has been making herself this queer, everyday, relatable icon until recently. Yeah, these were some really great videos. I wish we had started earlier. You guys are not going to be able to watch any of these. Maybe I'll do another live using some of these videos. Until recently, it came out that Chappell Roan is lying about being poor. Chappell Roan is named after her grandpappy, Chappell, who at one time was the richest man in Missouri and owns thousands of acres of land in Missouri, and who paid $3,000 for her a week for her to go to Grammy camp. Chappell Roan has been lying and cosplaying as poor this entire time. And let's see if I can fast forward enough to get to that part. Oh, let me rewind. Let's see. So not only do we not need to debate if she's an insufferable cow, she's also a categorical liar. I can't afford to pay health care, even though my grandpappy Chappell, who I named myself after as my stage name, is one of the richest men in Missouri. I'm so poor that I could afford to pay $3,000 a week to go to Grammy camp where I met all of my connects that got me put on and made me an overnight success. One time my management team tried to book me for something and they couldn't because I was traveling through Italy with my boyfriend. I'm so poor though. Drag queens, yay! I love Black people who, yeah. Actually, no, fuck it. This one video I have to play. I'm going to play this girl's video. Then I'm going to play the thing about the fact that Chappell Roan is actually secretly rich and been lying to us the entire time. Sorry, guys. I'm running late, but for the sake of education, my friends will have to understand. Hold on.
I fear we're missing the point. So I keep seeing these videos about how Chappell Roan is like the definition of white feminism.
Do you know how I'm going to fix this? Ooh, I have an idea. Y'all know I'm about to change. I'm going to change into my outfit while this video plays so that I'm making up some of the time that I'm losing because I really want y'all to watch this video. So watch this video. I'll be right back.
And I agree. And I'm going to add to that conversation. What's particularly bothering me about her is so many times when people have complimented her style and who she has taken that opportunity to say, hey, I have been heavily influenced by Black trans women and Black drag queens, and she's named them and she's given that credit, right? So you were okay with using Black women to get your fame, to develop who you are and attain the level of fame, success, and wealth that you now have, but you don't want to use that privilege and those resources to keep advocating for them? Because to me, a white woman taking a moment to, when she gets a compliment, to say, hey, I want to use this time to give credit where credit's due, and that's the Black women who I've based my identity off of, it shows me that you're aware of white privilege, you're aware of marginalization, and you're aware that those people have given you your success. And there's reasons why maybe you're successful and those Black women are not. And that reason is privilege, racism, etc. So now that you've used them, and you've acted like you care, and you have that privilege and that wealth and those resources, you want to be radio silent. It's very disappointing. It's very white feminism. That is white feminism. It's using feminism only when it's convenient and serves you. And she's so obvious about it. And she said on the Call Her Daddy podcast, oh, how am I supposed to be a pop star and do all the things that it takes to be a pop star and also be politically informed? Babe, hire somebody. Hire a PR person, hire a political expert, hire a policy expert, and have them meet with you one-on-one every week, 1 hour, half an hour even. Have them update you on everything that's going on that particularly affects marginalized groups in the LGBTQIA plus community that you're a part of, and the policies that the GOP might be trying to push forward or already have that hurts them, and have them share resources with you that you could talk about on the platform you have, the stages and the talk shows you go to, or your Instagram story, and just post those resources and the way that people can advocate and help those people. Just educate everyone. Like, you're really gonna act like you can't do that? You could hire somebody to have access to your Instagram account and be posting those things for you. It was very much, I was willing to use Black women when it served me, but now I don't want to do anything back for them.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I was in the middle. I was about to take off my shirt when I heard that. Y'all hear this? I hope y'all understand that I'm trying to have big fun with my friends, and y'all got me running late because I'm trying to help the community understand. She is a knitter. You're right. Shout out to Jessie Boo. She is a knitter. So before I change my outfit, sorry, I just had to run and grab my shoes and stuff. I need you to understand what this white woman is saying, because y'all know I love me some white on white crime. She is saying, how is it you only shout out Black people when you're giving us credit for stealing from us, but the minute it's time to help us, suddenly you're being a mean girl to Samara Joy at the Grammys? When you're watching Babyface be disrespected, and you had a prime opportunity to school the girls that disrespected him, because you must know who he is, because you went to Grammy camp, right? You must know who he is. You had all these opportunities and you didn't. Bitch. Anyway, sorry, I'm about to go change.
Sorry. Here's the issue. The issue is not setting the boundaries. If Chappell Roan wants to set boundaries, do it. In fact, I think it's great. Look, she doesn't like being harassed and treated like a piece of meat and being screamed at by paparazzi. By all means, set the boundary. The problem is she's very bad at executing the boundary. The boundary is, if you treat me this way and you harass me and make me feel unsafe, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to leave, which worked when she did it at the Grammys. She put out a statement, or her team did, and said, if you guys scream at Chappell Roan, she's going to leave. That set the boundary to the point where Sabrina Carpenter credited Chappell Roan and said, like, you know, the Grammy red carpet was much more calm, it was much more relaxed, and it was much more pleasant because, you know, this boundary was set. So it worked. You were clear. This is the boundary. I don't like this, and if you do this, I'm going to do this. That's what boundaries are. Uncomplicated. But then we have Paris, and she's surrounded by paparazzi, and instead of executing her boundary because she was uncomfortable, she pulls out her phone and she's telling everybody how terrible it is, and she's so upset, and, you know, she's filming them, and it's this performance. It's not execution. That's when things start getting really murky, and she's kind of cultivated this culture around herself where every interaction with the fan feels like an affront. And, you know, every unwanted gaze is a violation. Every, you know, fan that comes up to her is now a threat. And she's created this culture around herself where she's always feeling like on the defense. Or at least that's just how it looks to me, as somebody who's very casually observing. And that's how we get Brazil. An 11-year-old fan carrying a sign walks by her table at breakfast just to check it out and make sure it's her, smiles at her, and a security guard walks up to the little girl. He's aggressive with her and accuses her of harassment to the point where the little girl cries. And though she is a true fan of Chappell Roan's and is planning on attending the concert, decides that she no longer wants to go. And of course, Chappell Roan has come out and said, you know, this was not my security guard. I didn't know what was happening. I never even saw the kid or the lady. And, you know, I'd like to believe that she doesn't hate her fans, because that would be terrible. But that's the problem when you perform your boundaries instead of enforcing them. The people around you are so hypervigilant that everything feels like a threat, that they can't tell the difference between, you know, somebody who's genuinely harassing you and an 11-year-old fan. I'm not saying that this thing is entirely Chappell Roan's fault, because the security guard, like, what's your fucking problem? Fucking relax. But if the boundary was executed more consistently, there would be less confusion around it, I think.
I predicted Chappell Roan is going to regain that anonymity she so desperately seeks. She's now facing international backlash after Brazilian soccer star Jorginho shared an incident involving his 11-year-old daughter. According to him, his daughter simply recognized Chappell during breakfast at their hotel. She smiled at Chappell and walked away, but was then allegedly approached by Chappell's security, who berated the child and her mother for bothering the star. The mayor of Rio has banned her from ever performing at the city's popular festival. Earlier this month, she made headlines for confronting paparazzi and complaining about being photographed in public.
But it's like, so I'm just trying to go to dinner, and I've asked these people several times to get away from me.
Please step to the side. Step to the side.
This person I've asked several times.
Some people thought her complaints were justified, while others thought that going to a popular restaurant during Paris Fashion Week and expecting not to be photographed was unrealistic. People pointed out that major artists like Beyonce and Taylor Swift can go months without being photographed.
People that say that they can't escape the paparazzi are full of shit. They don't spend money on houses.
Do you see how Lady Gaga just comes out and says people like Chappell are full of shit? She didn't say Chappell's name, but people like Gaga, who you would think, oh, I smell good. Oh, sorry. You would think that people like Gaga would be on Chappell's side, and they're like, no, bitch, we don't have to act like this. Okay. Guys, now, one of the things you need to know about me, I feel like we're all good. This should have been a members only live. This feels like it should have been members only live. I'm about to leave and come back, let the video play some more. I'm about to pin my hair up and put on a wig because I want to be somebody else tonight. So when I come back, how many more minutes we got? We got enough time for me to put my wig. Oh yeah, we have plenty of time. Yeah. I'm gonna let the video watch y'all, like watch the baby. Somebody said, not me, joke off my own scent. Did I put too much or is it just yummy? No, this smells good. All right. Watch this, y'all, because when I come back, I'm gonna look very, very different. And my hair is gonna be all pinned up. It's not gonna look like this. All right.
And lots of cars, but I do spend money on security and they never find me.
There are times where the Paps definitely cross the line, and for that, they are wrong. But fame comes with visibility, and no one's forcing you to do it. If it's too much to handle, she should find a career that better suits her lifestyle. Be honest, without the gaudy makeup, entourage, and big hair, people probably wouldn't recognize her. She just needs to go Hannah Montana and get a blonde wig. Problem solved.
I find the Chappell Roan conundrum to be super fascinating. I think it's pretty safe to assume that most of the stuff we read about celebs online is pretty overblown, but it is so wild to watch somebody who worked so hard for years to become a famous pop star handle the fame that comes with being a famous pop star about as poorly as they could. Like, what did you think was going to happen when you became a famous pop star? Please enlighten me.
Oh my gosh, it's Chappell Roan. I love you.
Fuck out of here, kid. Go to hell.
So now that it's Jude Law's 11-year-old daughter, are you ready to hear what I've been saying for the past year about Chappell Roan, or are her boundaries still being violated?
A lot of people get boundaries confused with controlling behavior. I see this a lot as a therapist and as an intuitive life coach. So let me tell you the difference between the two. Let's start with, what is a boundary? A boundary is a self-protective action taken to protect yourself from some type of harm from someone else, with no intent to change the behavior or character of the other person beyond what is necessary to protect yourself. So that second part is the key difference. There is no intent to change the other person and their behavior or who they are. A boundary is solely about self-protection. That is the goal. We're talking about controlling behavior or micromanaging behavior. It is really about trying to tell a person how to do things. It's trying to change their behavior. It's trying to make them show up a certain way. Boundary is about choice. It's about options. When I set a boundary with someone, I'm giving them a choice or an option. I'm saying, here's what I need from you. Here's how I will respond if you do that. And then that other person gets to decide. So let me give you an example. Say you have someone in your life that you care very much about, but when they drink, they say and do harmful things. The boundary could be that you're not going to spend time with them when they're drinking. They get a choice. They can decide to be sober and spend time with you, or they can decide to drink and not spend time with you. Controlling or micromanaging behavior would be to force them to hang out with you and then chase after their sobriety and trying to make them be sober when they're around you. That can feel maddening and stressful on your part, and that can feel awful for the other person too. So a boundary is about choices. Controlling behavior really is saying, there is one right option here, and you have to do it the way that I want you to do it, that I need you to do it. So let me know what you think. Are you engaging in boundaries? Are you engaging in any type of controlling or micromanaging behavior? It's a lot more common than you think.
Let's play a game called Boundaries or Control. I'm going to give you 5 scenarios, and you have to guess whether it is somebody enforcing a boundary or enacting control. Scenario 1. Every time your mom calls you to talk on the phone, she ends up just venting and complaining about your dad. You finally tell her that this makes you feel uncomfortable and ask if next time you guys talk on the phone that you can have conversations that don't revolve around her complaining about your dad.
Okay.
Is that enforcing a boundary or enacting control? Enforcing a boundary. You shared with her how this makes you feel, and you've offered a framework for future conversations.
Okay, guys, sorry. Whew! That was a quick change. Jesus, somebody said, are you going to sell the pure sweetness spray? I should, because God knows I use it. Hey, guys. Not me getting ready. If you see me outside, mind your business. Hold on. Whew. Y'all didn't notice, but my lashes are red today to go with the wig. So, hold on. I need to fix this. Oh, I left my comb upstairs. Oh, fucking townhouse. All right, guys. So, I'm doing a whole redheaded thing today because I wanted to go back to ginger. Somebody says, I'm not going to stand so y'all can see the fit. The camera's not set up for that. Okay. I need to reapply my lip gloss. Y'all got me running late. Where's the part about her being rich? Hold on. Let's play this video. This video is ending. You guys, this was a great video about boundaries. I wish we could have talked more about it. If I had another hour. The fact that I thought I could do a live in 2 hours, I probably should have known better. Fuck. All right. On Monday, we can go as long as we want. Well, actually, no. Monday has to be 2 hours as well.
From and what your expectations are with how the weekend plays out with the level of communication. Boundaries are for how you determine your engagement with somebody. They're not you trying to control somebody else's behavior. So you can express a reasonable emotional need, and if that is not being met after clear and open communication, then you decide how you want to engage with this person in the future, or remove your engagement based on how they respect or don't respect your boundaries.
Exactly.
So how'd you do?
I did well.
Oh, the plot thickens. Not only is the Daily Mail reporting that that security guard was in fact
Earrings.
on Chappell Roan's payroll.
Okay, now that this video's here, I'm about to go find some earrings, guys. I don't think I want to wear these earrings. I think I want my chunkier earrings. Somebody's, oh, of course I knew somebody was going to start singing Aria. Why do y'all always sing Aria whenever my hair is red? I wanted to curl this up. Had I not been running late, I would have curled the hair more, but it is what it is, y'all. Oh shit, now I look like Chappell Roan. Okay, I started off the live. This is actually hilarious. I started off the live with green eyeshadow as an homage to Chappell Roan, and now we're ending the live with me. Now we end the live with me looking like, woo, well, that's funny. Okay. I love this color. I love this color so much. This light is so melting my makeup, though. All right, I'm going to let this video play while I go find some other earrings and find my belt and my accessories in my purse. And then we got to wrap this up because I was supposed to be at the function 7 minutes ago. And I'm still here talking to y'all. I'm going to blame it on ADHD. I'm going to blame it on ADHD.
They're reporting that he used to work for Kim Kardashian. His name is Pascal Duvier, and this man was in charge of Kim Kardashian's security when she was in Paris. Yeah, remember the infamous Paris robbery that Kim Kardashian was involved in? He was allegedly in charge of Kim's security at that time. Pascal was at the club with Kendall and Courtney when the whole Paris robbery thing happened. And as a result, Kim's insurance company sued him. So no wonder he's yelling at 11-year-old girls. He can't afford to get sued again, according to the Daily Mail. In the grand scheme of things, Chappell should have just apologized instead of lying about the whole thing. Because now everybody knows you've lied. Kat Harding said it was not the hotel security. Daily Mail has proved that it was not the hotel security. And now you just look worse. Everybody keeps saying that this is a targeted smear campaign against Chappell Roan, and it's really not. She should have just told the truth from the beginning, instead of claiming that this man who clearly works celebrity security isn't her security guard. Just did not have to be this dramatic for no reason.
It's giving that the only reason why Chappell Roan asked for privacy was so that nobody would find out that she got it out the mud all right. That happened to be at a golf course. Y'all, somebody is online doing boots on the ground journalism on Chappell Roan, and we must talk about it.
Did you guys know that Little Miss I Don't Want to Be Famous went to Grammys camp in 2014? It's $3,000 a week, and it's literally what she keeps referring to as summer camp, where she met all of her industry friends.
A few moments later.
The Grammys. It's a fucking talent show for rich people. I hope they hear this.
Yeah, fuck the Grammys submits work 8 times.
First of all, her grandpa, her Papa Chappell, where she got her stage name from, was filthy stinking rich, okay? He was a multi-millionaire that owned and lived on a golf course, and he owned an insurance company. Many people consider him to be the richest man in Missouri at one point, and then her mom is a veterinarian, a very successful one at that, because in 2014 alone, she and her husband bought a new building for her vet hospital that cost $760,000. Chappell is supposed to be this lesbian phenomenon, yet she has an uncle who is a conservative politician that openly campaigns against trans rights. Chappell can talk about everything except that, though. She's so outspoken. She went to a Grammy camp that reportedly cost $3,000 a week to attend. And then when she was an up-and-coming artist, y'all, her agent couldn't even get into contact with her at one point because she was too busy in Italy vacationing with her boyfriend. Yep, that sounds like a rags to riches story to me. While it's not a problem that she came from money, it doesn't match the image that a lot of fans had of her upbringing, because Chappell mentioned that she grew up in a trailer park, that she was so poor at one point that she couldn't afford health insurance, and how she had all these jobs and had to clean public restrooms, shying away from the fact that she came from generational wealth. Because of this, Chappell Roan is now losing fans left, right, and sideways. Keep in mind, she is still dealing with the backlash from her security guard, allegedly allegedly making an 11-year-old fan cry. Speaking of which, the child's mother, Jude Law's ex, came out and said that it was not hotel security that yelled at them, that it would have had to have been Chappell Roan security, and the Daily Mail supported these claims by not only identifying the security guard that is indeed on Chappell Roan's team, but revealed that that same security guard did work for Kim Kardashian at one point and was fired by Kim Kardashian after she was robbed in Paris because he was in charge of security.
Do you now see why I'm not falling over backwards based on the statement of the security guard? Do you now see that y'all shouldn't be so quick to think gotchas are gotchas, and sometimes gotchas are well orchestrated distractions? Okay. Y'all, it is now 41 past the hour. I was supposed to be at the function 11 minutes ago. I have my belt on. Oh, it's always true. I didn't think my titties breathe. Jesus Christ. Sorry. All right, guys. So I'm doing this whole cowboy thing. I have a little cowboy situation happening with my purse and my bag. I'm in a very fun, festive mood. Bitches outside, right? So somebody said the hair is eating. I need to bring my little fan with me because we're going to an event where it's going to be lots of niggas jumping around, dancing and laughing and shit. So I'm probably going to end up melting. So I need my fan, my body oil, my lip gloss. These are girl problems. All right, guys. If y'all want to know how it went today, we'll talk about it on Monday because Bridget's going to be joining us during the second hour of Bluecentric Live on Monday for a very special edition of Bluecentric Live. I adore y'all so much. Chappell Roan is an insufferable cow who lies and bullies children. Allegedly. I don't think I've ever had a transformation this drastic during a live before. But this just goes to show you the power of decent makeup, some good wig, and a push-up bra. Yes, because the tits are sitting. All right, guys, I love you so much. If you want to know the phrase for the recap comments, because y'all know I love it when we flood the recap comments with like really positive phrases. I think the phrase for today is integrity doesn't need to lie, but Chappell Roan does. Justice for Teyanna. Okay? Integrity doesn't need to lie, but Chappell Roan does. Justice for Teyanna Taylor. Y'all called that lady aggressive. You called her a mess. You said she had no decorum. She didn't know how to be around good white people. Whole time, the angriest black woman in the room was a white woman. Y'all owe that lady an apology. Just that is a long sentence. Integrity doesn't need to lie, but Chappell Roan does. Justice for Teyanna Taylor. I love y'all so much, and please just know that I hope that you laughed a little bit and learned a little bit during today's drive-by live. We usually go much longer than this, and I also hope that moving forward, you're willing to confront the internalized racism inside of you that makes you wince when you see a black woman being happy and joyous out loud without code switching in white spaces. Because in this world, while we're wincing at her joy, we're condoning whatever the fuck Chappell's been doing for the last 2 or 3 years. That's not about decorum. That's about internalized racism. Okay? Love y'all so much. I think this live did what it was supposed to do. And on Monday, I will try my best to behave. Well, maybe I'll bring the wig back on Monday. No, I won't have makeup on. I think Ginger watches me out when I don't have a makeup. Anyway, y'all, I'm really late. I gotta go. Love you, family. Bye. Like the live, like, subscribe, and also make sure that if you haven't already, please buy your tickets for the birthday party because the way I'm looking at them, we're about to sell out before Monday. All right, love you, family. Bye.